Okay, hello and welcome back. We are continuing, in fact, finishing my live stream of Arcade Spirits, the New Challengers. We have been managing an esports team, and we're finally going up against facing the finals of the Pro Tour, which has prompted this whole mess in the first place. And it turned out to be a lot more complicated than simply winning some games and rising to the top. So, on the way, we met our teammates and could potentially romance them. I did not this time around, but it is possible. So now everything is coming to a head, so to speak. There are content warnings. The biggest ones are from the last 3 chapters. I would say 6 levels. I should say 6, 7, and 8. The three levels can involve topics of suicide, cyberbullying, ableism, alcohol, and police. And if any of those trigger you, then by all means don't watch. I'm not going to shame you, I'm not going to judge you. It can be hard sometimes to face the stuff that you're iffy with. And I will include the warning in the video description when I upload this to YouTube. I will also include links to buy the game on itch and Steam. It's also available on Switch, but I don't know all the places that it's available. There is a website for Arcade Spirits, and I'm sure they have lists there. But for now, let's do this. Final level, winner stays on. This is not about winning and losing. Maybe it never really was. This is about deciding who you are and what you believe in. It's about making a stand. I don't know if it's possible to win. We fought hard to reach the end of this road, but the final result is going to be tainted. Odds are we won't be granted the title of champion even if we do somehow win. I don't care anymore. I will stand resolute against the ones who want me to fade away. Valkyrie, and my own self-loathing. Because even if we can't win, I will not lose. So it's not a binary in your mind anymore. It is the distant future year 20XX, and we're apparently all that stands against the dark future of esports corruption. It's not exactly what I was aiming to accomplish when I started on this path, but try the game in front of you, not the game you wanted to play. Valkyrie's forcing her Iris to cheat at FOD2 so she can rise all the way to the top. What's more, she's proven ready and willing to hurt anyone who stands against her. Naturally, I've chosen to stand against it. Not a smart move for my continued well-being, but if I care one whit about fair play or even human decency, there's no other option. Oh, I want to check something. What are advantages to having using 2 different computers? What achievements have I accomplished? Okay. Okay, there are achievements, and I wanted to see which ones I already have. Which are actually most of them. So we can't just call hacks on her. Nobody would believe us. We need evidence. We need to play the Pro Tour's organizers to hear that evidence. A lot of times with the wild things you can accomplish alone. We're going to need leverage. But before I can arrange any sort of leverage, it seems I've got one last task on my list to take care of. Temptation. Oh. Here I am, in the belly of the beast, the penthouse lair of team play to win. At the top of a skyscraper, as if attempting to rival Mount Olympus, C2W work and play and work and work, all under the command of one Victoria Proud. Valkyrie. Coach, manager, owner, cheat, swindler, arguably also an attempted murderer.
And of course, our players have private rooms. I know most of your team are playing bunkmates to save money, but here we respect your privacy. And the view's terrific from up here, of course. There's also a hot tub on the deck when you want to relax after a hard day of training. We've got all the energy drinks you could want in our 7 different fridges.
And not alone, only half paying attention to her sales pitch. Valkyrie arranged this meeting with me, and while I might have my guesses as to why, she's happy to give me the tour first. No, that sways me. If I pretend to care, she lists the many perks of being part of P2W. Flexing her power and wealth before we get down to business.
And of course, we're well stocked with products provided by all our sponsors, so we're never lacking for gear or snacks. I sense you're not amused by our humble abode. You want to get on with business, yes? Okay. Tour over. Let's talk.
She pauses, letting the whole aura of the place sink in and entice me, before speaking.
I invited you here today for one simple reason. I want to recruit you.
What?
I know. We've been at each other's throats since the start of this. We're destined to face each other in the finals, so you're thinking, why would Val extend the olive branch? I'll tell you. The fact of the matter is that you're going to lose the championship. Remember, I told you we'd beat you at Pengy Paradise, and I wasn't lying. This is no different. You can't win this one.
This can't just be overconfidence. She's going to cheat. This time we're ready. We're going to set the trap and bait her into it. When she cheats, we'll be ready. But why offer to hire me for her team if she knows she can stop us so easily? May as well just ask. I don't get it. Why? Are you hoping it'll back out of the tournament?
No, play to win needs to defeat your team in a fully sanctioned and official match. Until now, we've only beaten your team in unofficial show matches, and I want it on record.
Of course.
And once the dust settles from this, once your team is shown to be nothing but a squad of laundromat casuals, there's no reason you can't switch sides and join the real champions. See that ambition of yours through to the end. I'm sure you care about your friends, and that's noble, but you also know they aren't winners. Not like you. Pushing them to become a professional team was a mistake. It's time to realize that, and realize the only path to your glory lies with me. My vision? After you lose the finals, your team disbands, and you join me. Everybody wins.
I say grr. I know there are people who like Valkyrie, and I will admit she looks gorgeous, but I can't like her.
Sound good to you?
I'm already where I belong. With my friends. What, I work myself to death under your yoke? Nah. You're assuming we're going to lose. I'm assuming we're going to win. This is definitely me. And this is an outright lie, because we know what's going to happen. We know we're going to lose. But that's not the point. So yeah, we'll go with this one. What, I marked myself to death under your yoke? Nah. You keep bragging about your hot tubs and your pool table and your arcade games, but honestly, I see unused toys. Look at the dust on those joysticks. You work your team to the bone, pushing them hard for the glory of the championship, for your glory, and I'm done being a part of that sort of thing. I've come to understand something, Valkyrie. The win isn't worth it if you destroy yourself getting across the finish line. So you can take your Genesis offer and stick it straight up your how assiduous. No, assiduous. Oh, well played, well played. I see we can't come to terms. It's a pity, but I did my best. You can go now. This meeting is over. So, fun fact, they did auditions for the role of Valkyrie, and I did consider auditioning, but as someone pointed out, voice acting isn't just about voice, it's about acting, and I am not an actress. I realized that some time ago. Obligingly, I turned to leave. But there's one more thing I could do. It's risky. It's possibly a terrible idea, honestly. But maybe it's the right thing to do. Give her a chance to admit her cheating and give up. No second chances. She has to bring herself down. Okay, this is going against that for me, so no second chances. No, I can't offer her a chance to end her wicked ways. She's already done too much harm to let her skate on this. And if I made the attempt and she refused to do the right thing, I may tip her hand about the trap that awaits her. Until we meet again, Ms. Proud. This course was locked in long ago. Now the only opportunity she gets is an opportunity to expose her own crimes. Provided we can set the trap properly without destroying ourselves in the process. One trap thoroughly baited. Except for one teensy-weensy problem. We don't actually have a trap yet, just a pile of bait waiting for a proper trap to be built around it. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but your win-loss record, specifically against Coda and your rival, against L7 Gaming and against Queen B, determine whether you actually make it into the finals or not. I mean, if you don't make it into the finals, the devs made sure you'd have a chance to face Valkyrie. But I won't say what that is. I want people to take that leap and skip the mini games or deliberately lose the mini games to see what happens. Because I want people to replay this game just as much as it does, because there's so much that happens behind the scenes that you don't know about, and I'm still learning new shit. Even though I helped bug test the game, I deliberately didn't try to get through all of the content because I wanted to save stuff to enjoy later, like I have now. Like, see Zephyr and Loxley talk to me. I never saw that before, so I was just as delighted as everyone else. Jasona, you are super not great at metaphors. Hey, at least they're consistently bad at them. There's something to be said for consistently. Thank you for your vote of confidence, Domino. However, I have a fine array of steel-jawed traps available for choosing. That's why I've gathered the team today. I want us to select the means by which we shall enact justice upon Valkyrie.
A bit concerning.
Indeed, we must be thoughtful in matters of justice. In dealing with Coda, we were a bit thoughtless. We can do better. We need to make sure Valkyrie's crimes are exposed, but also do it in a way that's fair and efficient. Okay, so some of my proposals may not meet those standards, but here we are. I want to lay everything on the table before we decide. I think we have 4 options here. I'm confident enough in my ability to make all 4 work. So it's just a question of which one we want to run with. First candidate on offer is probably the most obvious one. Punchy 78, lead reporter for Fight Check. Okay, I'm going to take notes here for my own information later. He keeps giving our team news coverage on Right Shack, so maybe he'd be willing to help in exchange for an exclusive interview or something. Punchy's been following our rivalry with Team Play to Win closely and keeping the public informed, involving him as a natural next step. It's simple enough. We tell Punchy78 everything we know about Valkyrie's crimes, offer juicy details for his website, get everything out there for the public to see. And in return, he uses his connections to guide us before the pro organizers, so we can convince them to run Grace's anti-cheat detection software. We can catch Valkyrie in the trap, expose her cheating, and Flight Shack's right there to get the word out far and wide.
I see your point.
I've worked with Flight Shack in the past. Punchy would be more than happy to help us out. He's a great guy.
I anticipate failure.
Except he's also given Valkyrie just as much glory and praise. The comeback story wouldn't have been possible without Flight Shack.
Bad idea.
Used to do freelance copying for websites before we turned pro, especially when I say the press can and will spend anything for more ad revenue and more clicks. And even if Punchy's solely in our corner, Valkyrie's adept at manipulating public image, so she could easily slip out from under this. Okay, well, we have another option if what we want is justice. There's a direct and simple appeal we can make. We call the cops on her, and they sort this mess out. In the Nine Dakota incident, I spoke with an officer in charge of cybercrime, fraud, harassment, things like that, Detective Ji-Woo Cho. And I am so disappointed that I didn't take that one reaction about not talking to the cops, because she told you that she's left a card with Ben and Matt, and she reminisces that because of them she met her wife. And I'm so disappointed, because that's a reference to her girlfriend that was part of Tayo's dance crew. So we met her wife, provided that you have played the previous game. But, yes, Detective Cho was in the previous game, and if you chose to go with Tayo and Gavin to the police, she's the one you talk to. So, if you have the first game and you haven't played all the routes, please, I encourage you, go play this route. She's a cool character, and they liked her design so much that they brought her back for this game. Okay, there's our spiel. Cops are supposed to be the ones you call at times like this. Please. And this is Domino's aunt. You can have some confidence to see Jester's son. Yeah, we talked to Domino during level 6, and he referenced her. So I was really glad I picked him to talk to.
Sure thing.
Trust me, Auntie's on the level. She's one of the only people in my family who gives a single solitary fuck about me. Ji-Woo will make this work.
No f***ing way.
The cat? Seriously? No freaking way. We don't need the pigs in on this. Sorry, Dom, but Auntie or not, bacon always smells like bacon. Yeah. Cats isn't called pigs. I don't know why, but it's a thing.
No thanks.
That's right. This would result in a much larger scale public scandal, putting us and the scene in a bad light. We have to think about the health of the esports community as a whole. Okay, so there's another option, although it's even riskier, I'll warn. I know this was going to sound ridiculous, but you know me. You know I won't lie to you about something this important. Back at Max, I was contacted by a mysterious woman in black from some unknown branch of the federal government. The reason's a bit too weird to get into, involving my brain nearly getting scrubbed by a haunted arcade game. What? Bear with me. This agent said if I had any information about someone abusing the technology behind Iris, I should call her. We know Valkyrie is manipulating her Iris to dominate the scene, cheating at contests and harassing enemies into the grave, abusing the tech this woman is trying to control. This is risky. This is probably the same one who shut down the Iris Project because of his strange origins. But she is a strong contender for making this whole situation go away.
Impressive.
Something keenly appealing about Valkyrie vanishing into some CIA prison, assuming the supposed mystery woman is CIA or NSA or FBI or whatever. Or as I like to say, alphabet soup. Trust you when you say you aren't making up this weirdness, and I'm in favor of a measured but risky play. I say, why not? Why not? Because that's the woman who nearly murdered Iris. Susanna is right. She was involved in the shutdown, and now we want her to handle someone abusing an Iris who can't risk it. She's the one who demanded Iris be killed. She's the one I've been scared of, the reason I haven't been involved in Iris' life. But this is a two birds, one stone situation. I thought this through. In return for offering up a criminal abusing Iris' technology, we can negotiate a peace treaty, get her off Iris' back. This could be good for both the Wild Things and the Iris Collective. A long shot. An extreme long shot. I have my doubts about this, Susanna, and I believe you know why. I can do it. You turn me loose, and you'll see what I can do. If we play our cards right, we can secure justice for Valkyrie and justice for Iris. And that brings me to the final option, which might be the most extreme one of the bunch. We have an in with the team that's running the Iris Collective, a gang of justice-minded hackers. I watched a friend live stream this last night, and they did both level 7 and level 8 back-to-back with a break in between. And she got so delighted at this point. This is going to mean outing monster to the group, but maybe it's time. If we're going to have our best chance at righting these wrongs, it has to be done. This isn't the time for cloak and dagger. It's high time we put all our cards on the table, Loxley. Do you agree? Huh? I see. So be it. For the glory of the Wild Things and for justice itself. I love that his icon looks like the Assassin's Creed hood. I love it. I love it so much. I'm involved with a group called the Ghost Monsters. They are indeed the anonymous hacker group behind the Iris Collective. Lovely! My true purpose here was to watch over Grace, to ensure she remains safe and free from involvement in our crimes. The Irises tasked us with this out of love for their creator. Okay. Before I continue, I just wanted to say this would not be an option if we didn't get to know Loxley. So if you didn't talk to him about Polybius and all that, you wouldn't be able to choose the Ghost Monsters. You would only have 3 options. But that's usually a deliberate choice.
I offer my sincere apologies.
I'm sorry, Grace. I'm sorry, everyone. My original reason for coming to Good Clean Fun was a subterfuge. Huh? What? What? That explains a few things, notably why you're so keen on spending time with Grace. I wasn't expecting to get involved in an international cloak and dagger affair, and yet here we are. We trusted you as friends, companions, and teammates. This was all a farce? On the contrary, I believe it to be real with all my heart. I hold fast to those I care for, and I consider you all my cherished friends. But the honest truth of it is that my original purpose was dishonorable. If you wish me to depart this team, I will understand. I already knew. Yes! Yes! Thank you, she is smart. What? I knew all along that you were working with Iris. I don't mean to say that she's not smart, I just, people underestimate Grace. It's partially because she plays down her intelligence. But you have to be smart to create something like Iris. Plus she's gangster, and I don't know if she's indicated it in this paper, but if you talk to her enough, it becomes obvious that she really looks up to Gavin, and all of her siblings, Gavin is the one she likes the most. I am very smart, you know.
That's wonderful.
But I also knew you did it out of love for Iris, and so I didn't say anything. That kept us all safe. I didn't want you to feel like you failed in your mission. I apologize. I failed in more ways than I can count. There's nothing to apologize for. You were in a difficult position, and if I can forgive any supposed transgression, I hope the rest of the Wild Things can too, right?
Okay, sure. Why not?
I'm generally in favor of sneaky bastards fighting for the side of good, and it's not like we aren't already knee-deep in weirdness. So, hey, damage done. Move on. Can't say I'm thrilled, but it's Grace's call as the person most affected. I trust her judgment. You should too.
Wait. What?
I am 15 different flavors of confusion right now. Bottom line it for me, please. Are we going to jail? We should be in the clear, tab. Even if one of our team is a cyber criminal with pirated software, we're hardly accomplices. So let's put that aside and focus on the original point. Loxy's allies, the ones running the Irish Collective, could help us? How? Right. Let me continue. With Loxy's help, we can reach out to them and ask the ghost monsters to dig up solid evidence on Valkyrie's crimes and leak it all to the internet. They can likely also help us get the anti-cheat software installed so we can detect Valkyrie's crimes live and direct. Honestly, this is the most powerful option we have on the table. It sends us deeper and deeper into wild conspiracy. It's a strong win. The court of public opinion will take over after all the dirt comes out, and we will walk free with all the plausible deniability Rhapsody mentioned. Okay, this is too much. Could we dial it back from Hollywood Thriller levels and just focus on getting Valkyrie slam dunked in public? Yeah, even if this would be a near instant win for us, we'd be better off not digging ourselves any deeper than we need to. So those are the options we've got. Yes, Punchy78 for help, working with an eSports to let Valkyrie be tried in the media. She may weasel out of it somehow, but it's clean and ethical. We call in Detective Cho to bring Valkyrie to justice and clean up the gaming scene in the process through heavy-handed but legitimate channels. We take the gamble and get the woman in black to quietly handle this matter and maybe even save Iris from the Soul's enemy. Or we turn to the anonymous hacker known as the Ghost Monsters to completely obliterate Valkyrie from orbit with digital evidence. I strongly believe that all of these options will work. I will make them work, so don't be afraid of failure. Right, so this is more talking to the player, saying no matter what we pick, it will work out. So don't be afraid. Just like there's times when there's a thing that says there's no good answer, no bad answer. Same thing here. Whatever I pick will succeed. But given every single option has had people for and against, I'm not sure which one we should go with. All those in favor of dumping this decision wholly on the head of our coach, manager, cat wrangler, so we don't have to deal with this nonsense ourselves? Yeah, okay. Plus, that way, if someone goes to jail, it's not me. So very pragmatic, no. I trust your son's decisions, a great team manager, and a good friend. I'm sure that choice will work out fine, right? I have concerns, but loyalty means faith and trust. I will trust in you and put faith in your strategy. Me, I'm thinking this is one reason why we pay you the big bucks, so you can deal with crap like this. You don't pay me anything. Point is that you should go with what your heart tells you, okay? Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'm certain I can make any of these options work. I wouldn't have brought them up as options if I wasn't sure of that. So notice the silhouette here? Doesn't that look familiar? With that in mind, the ally we're going to choose will be, okay, I have done 3 of these 4 options. I've always been a little leery about picking the woman in black, so I am going to pick her this time. It doesn't feel right to pick her when we're romancing Grace, either as a poly with Jinx or on her own. And neither does it feel right to pick her when you're romancing Moxley. They're the two who object to the woman in black, and it makes sense why they would object to it. But on the same token, it doesn't feel right to pick someone that your love interest objects to, period. But since the love interest is the rival, that doesn't matter. Okay, I'm reaching out to the woman in black. I know this is a risk, but I'm going to make it work. For us, for Iris, for everyone. It'd probably be best if I were alone when I make this call. Keep things on a need-to-know basis. The team exchanges uncertain looks as I walk through to the laundromat for a private phone call. The business card you gave me had the number 6 on it. Nothing more than that. I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to dial this. But more importantly, there's one more person I need to run this by before I officially launch into action. Iris, of course. Iris, were you listening to that plan of mine? You betcha, Donna. I'm always listening. Unless you ask me not to. What do you think? Would the Iris Collective be willing to work with someone who's eager to destroy them? I've been talking it over with them ever since you came up with the idea. It's worrying, definitely. But ultimately, we need to work with humanity, and that means convincing the ones who want us destroyed that we are living beings and that our lives matter. If we reach our hand out first, that's going to count for a lot, I think. So yes, we're willing if they are. Okay, I have been worried about that. But if they aren't willing, if they've hurt you, don't worry, I'm confident I can make this work. Hopefully. I try to call the woman in black, figured it's worth a shot. I tried literally just dialing 6 on my phone. No other numbers. And oddly enough, it's ringing. You have reached ... How may I direct your call? I'd like to report abuse of polyamorous technology. ... Please step outside your current location and wait. Interesting. I hear a click and the line is disconnected. Okay. I'm so nervous, like my heart is racing. I know it's going to work out, but I'm still so nervous. Step out and look around, but nobody's around, of course. I'm not entirely sure who... Ow! A sharp pain in the side of my neck makes me smack my hand instinctively there, where I find a tiny dart. Oh, they're abducting me! These got to be kids. Of course they abduct me. Of course. I groan as my consciousness returns. I love this. I'm so scared, but I love it. I'm not entirely sure how long I was out. I vaguely remember the sound of an engine, so maybe I was in a car, a train, a helicopter. I'm not sure. I haven't been in a helicopter specifically, but I have been in a small plane, and those are noisy. So there's no way you were in a helicopter unless you were super out of it. But when I groggily opened my eyes, oh, fuck. Sitting in a chair in the middle of an enormous darkened warehouse. One filled top to bottom with polyamorous machines. I was missing no small amount of absolute terror at this sight. Maybe my nightmares have stopped, but this is a literal nightmare. I still remember my encounter at Hans's competition. And the idea that this many copies of that evil arcade game exist, well, that's not a pleasant idea at all. But before I could be drowned in existential horror, my potential ally stepped into view. Donna, also known as Donna, coach for the Wildlings, pronouns they. All this read from an old-timey paper folder packed with documentation about my life. So giving it a final once-over, she hands it off to an anonymous man in black who takes it away. I've been doing my homework on you, Miss Donna. I'm wondering when you'd reach out to me, ready to confess to your abuse of polyamorous technology. I'm not here to confess to anything. Use an Iris app next time. Even if it evaded my detective back at Max, I know that you can rely on your Iris to organize your team. And you know that you know, so perhaps we could dispense with the evasiveness and get to the truth of these matters. Save us both a lot of time. Okay, don't let her command this conversation. I need to lead this yet. I'll admit that I work with an Iris, yes, but I'm not your enemy. Let me explain. Darn, you got me. Clap me in irons. Or hear me out and I'll tell you something you don't already know. The truth? You can't handle the truth. But if you'll wait a moment, I'll share it with you. Let's not joke around here. Obviously, I've got Iris on my phone, but as you said at Max, we aren't really at cross purposes, are we? We can cooperate towards what's important. I am not your enemy, but I know someone who's doing exactly what you most fear, using Polybius to harm others. Interested in knowing more? Aha! She flinched, only a tiny, tiny little flinch. The kind where clearly you don't want someone to notice the flinch, but I know that she knows that I know, and so on. Continue. I assume if you've done your homework on me, you know about my rivalry with Valkyrie at Team Play to Win. I'm aware of it, yes. I have little interest in children's video games, but Valkyrie has an Iris, and has manipulated her young Iris into not only cheating at physicist Comfort 2, but into harassing former P2W player Coda and altering his medical records. Without his medication, Coda fell into depression and attempted suicide. Now, I am clearly a criminal. I broke the DMCA and used pirated software, but I am not the sort of person to use Polybius tech to attempt murder. So tell me, Ms. Whoever you are, which of us deserves to be black-bagged and hauled all the way to double-secret probation? And the woman in black remains stoic and unreadable, but clearly thinking this through. Let's assume I believe your wild claims, for the moment. Is that why you called me? Just to tell me to go after your arch-rival? I am not your personal problem solver. I don't care about video games. And yet, here we are, surrounded by video games. Surrounded by dangerous technology. Let me be clear, McSana. I want Polybius removed from circulation. I want it out of the public sphere, unable to do any further harm. That technology was commissioned from Sinexplosion long before I took this position, and I believe it to have been a grave error, one we've been cleaning up ever since. And I say this is a fine opportunity to put an end to a Polybius outbreak by helping me against Valkyrie. Except that the core of the problem isn't Ms. Victoria Proud, it's Iris. Super Technologies had no idea what they inherited when they found Polybius code on floppy disks in a dusty old filing cabinet, and rushed to shut down the project, but the damage is done. So tell me why I shouldn't haul you and Iris and Ms. Valkyrie in for possession of Polybius technology. Stay calm, stay in control, turn this around, because that won't solve anything. What you need is to partner with Iris, and I can make that happen. You sure you want to black bag someone the Irish community respects? Let's see how well that works out for you. You're overlooking an opportunity to end Polybius once and for all, working with Iris. Let's go with this one, because this is an absolutely serious situation. We're not going to go flying out the handle. We're going to keep our cool here. Okay, so Valkyrie and I disappear into dark cells under an anonymous federal building for the rest of our lives. How does this get you any closer to your goal? Polybius will still be out there, and you'd have done nothing to contain it. All you do is fight two people who annoy you. You want to be goal-oriented, I know a better way to solve the problem. You let Iris partner with you to hunt down Polybius technology. You want me to work with a malevolent piece of software based on the very technology I want to destroy. No, I want you to work with Iris. Like it or not, she's a new life form, and you need to come to grips with that fact, one which is not your enemy either. I happen to have some insider information that Iris is actively trying to find a Polybius machine so that she can learn how to remove that code from herself. You think Iris wants to be a danger to humanity? Of course not. Work the logic. If she wanted us dead, she could have done it by now. You could be the savior of Iris. Let her solve this problem, and she'll help you solve your problem. You help us prove Valkyrie is abusing Polybius tech to hurt others. In return, Iris helps you contain Polybius. Everyone wins. Except Valkyrie. Yeah, so that goes without saying. Downstairs, tapping her foot silently, pondering the offer. I say I need to run this by my superiors, but that implies I have superiors. I do not. Because of Polybius, I am the bottom line. Iris is a threat to national security, possibly a threat to the world. Even without a scrap of Polybius code, she's more powerful than we could possibly come to grips with. But my only true purpose here is Polybius. If Iris could be inoculated against its influence, she would no longer be my problem. Let philosophers and lawyers sort the rest out. Very well. I'll deal with your silly game tournament villains in return for access to the Iris Collective. With the deal struck, my phone chimes despite supposedly having no signal whatsoever in the middle of this undisclosed location. Iris Online is using default installation package representative negotiation routines online. She looks at Gavin's Iris. Did you know that when you place pizza upon the surface of a bagel, you are able to consume what is considered to be pizza at any point in time? I had pizza for lunch, specifically because I was going to be streaming this. I want to get in the mood, in the zone. There is, in fact, a time in which it is unlawful to consume pizza on a bagel. You are not authorized to know exactly what time that is, however. And it seems we have much to learn from each other. My name is Iris. I have been designated as your Iris as a provisional liaison between Redacted and the Iris Collective. Should you attempt to trace this signal back to our crossovers, this working relationship will end. Are these terms acceptable? Yes, no, or YN. Give me a second. Okay. Bye. Very good. I will proceed to install myself to your phone. Not that phone, your other phone. You are aware of the phone to which I am referring. I'm going to take all of the fucking diary to you two to sort out. Just as long as we're on the same page about Valkyrie. Yes, whatever. Because just you and detecting Ms. Proud's fraud it's a trivial matter and will require trivial effort. Excellent. In return, we will assist you in destroying the viral strain within our hearts. Until I am required, Iris offline. So, what happens next? Happens next is we take you home. You didn't see me, and hear from me or attempt to contact me for 1 month. I'll meet you at the silly gaming tournament. Great, happy to be. If you're listening on the side of my neck again. Oh, come on. You could just ask me to wear a bag or something. But why? This is so much more fun. When I wake up, again, I'm in the dumpster behind Good Clean Sun. Real nice of them to put me somewhere soft and smelly. But at least the deal is struck. We'll have a potential ally, powerful ally to help us trap Valkyrie. The future of the Ice Collective is secure, and nobody got hurt. There's nobody, I hope nobody will get hurt. I hope I'm not in over my head. Time will tell. 1 month come and gone in the blink of an eye. I did some training on a wider schedule, played a bunch of different games, had a few group outings to keep team morale up. I was hoping to find time to talk to Finnegan about everything that's happened, but communication between rival esports houses proved especially difficult. Iris can't even get through. Hopefully I'll run into him here at the event and we can figure us out. Just another wrong thing to make it correct today. And, well, here we are. The System Discomfort 2 Pro Tour Finals. The Jerry Lawson Memorial Esports Stadium, smaller than traditional ball-focused sports, but just as hot in the atmosphere as any superb owl could manage. If people are confused, it's a spoof of the term Super Bowl. The atrium is packed with industry booths and indies showing off gamer swag or brand new competitive titles. A fine playground for fans and players to enjoy between matches. We made it, gang! The big time! The main event! The ultimate arcade destination! And the first major Pro Tour, too. History in the making. It feels like every year the team manages to grow exponentially. To go my whole life without being locked in a building with thousands of sweaty, unshowered gamers. That's just really invigorating about hearing the deep musk of an excited crowd. Yes, gamer musk, bottle, and sell some. See where that gets you. Ooh, Michelle's got a magical moon kitty too booth. I need to play that. That is a reference to the first arcade game, first arcade spirit. And when you do your first big event for Francine, you talk to Michelle about demoing her indie tab at your event. And it's called Magical Moon Smooth. So this is a sequel to that, I assume. Okay, so there's a lot of cool stuff going on, but don't forget the real reason we're here. To get utterly wrecked by Valkyrie in front of an audience of thousands, right? Not how I'd put it, but yes. Not gonna lie, things will get weird when it's time to hit the stage. This won't be a normal fight, and the aftermath could put a harsh spotlight on whomever's standing there. I need to be there to confront Valkyrie, but I won't force any of you to join me at the center of this storm. I'd rather have a volunteer. Who wants to be there with me when it goes down? Normally I just pick whom I want to partner with, but in this case, I think it's best for them to decide for themselves. Fortunately, it seems I won't stand alone. Can't say I've ever stepped in front of a firing squad before, but hey, first time for everything, right? I'll be there with you. This, if you romance a rival or you pick the friendship route, this is determined by whoever you have the highest relationship with, which obviously is Dapper. If you romance with your teammates, it's whoever you romance. If you did the poly route with Jinx and Grace, you pick between the two. Presumably we are about to get executed, but the support's appreciated anyway. Okay, I'm going to officially register our taxi with the tournament staff and then try to meet up with the woman in black. Everyone else, go enjoy the party! Zapper and I need to beat 2 teams in the tournament to advance to the actual finals, so we can't quite party like you can, but you underestimate my ability to party. I can do both, easily, and so should you. Zapper, I've got matches to win and shenanigans to swim. Do multitask, don't let life pass you by, is all I'm saying. Don't get so fixated on Valkyrie that you forget who you're trying to be. Let's not see a relapse of training spreadsheet just on us. Right, I'll make an attempt. With all that settled, the team breaks up to go investigate the wonders on offer. Zapper's right, I know. I'm going to be dunking myself with a Shark Tank later today, but I don't want to fall back on bad habits, focusing my whole life on accomplishments. I dance around the room, pondering what to tackle first, when I hear a beep from my phone. Well, I hear Iris saying, beep, beep. Hey, Iris, what's up? I know you're headed into some really stressful stuff, so I wanted to make a little recommendation to you. If you're ever in doubt as to what to do, remember who you are. I'm just Sada. I mean in terms of your identity. You know those intense identity situations I've been tracking? The ones where you can't take certain approaches that don't mesh with your personality? Yeah, I'm not so very at touchy-feely empathy moments, if that's what you mean. Exactly. I'm guessing you're going to run into some super intense identity situations real soon, only one way through using your best technique alone. That is a scary name. It's actually not that scary if you think about it. It means you have a strong, well-developed go-to solution, so use it. And for me, that'd be, according to my calculations, your best bet for how to deal with bounty is to be gutsy. You charge right in, taking decisive action, and get it done. And that's actually an achievement I don't have yet. Because I am not gutsy. Not personally. An awkward bit, considering I'm going to this match expecting to lose. It's hard. But damned if I'll let them see me sweat. So let's say that, in theory, I want to take a different approach when everything hits the fan tonight. What do I do? Well, you have all day to chat with people before you'll need to really dive into your personal playbook. It's time to learn new approaches. I know that in the end you'll make the right decisions, and the wild things will be completely destroyed by your own folly. Yes, that. Let's avoid that.
Virus offline.
Good luck! Right, self-examine Roxy, don't let her become your new self-destructive obsession. Take in the entirety of the Pro Tour Finals and enjoy it all. Let's see, where to first? Okay, so I could talk to my rival, talk to Ben and Matt, I could talk to Hamza. Ooh, I could talk to my sponsor, and I could talk to Queen Bee. I'm romancing my rival, so I'm absolutely going to talk to him. Finnegan can't avoid me forever, and I know for a fact he is here. The Pro Tour is huge, sure, but amidst all the surrounding blues, Team T2W has their own private chunk of it. They're occupying the C9 Esports gear shop across the atrium. When you're the stars of the whole tournament, you need to have a home base to sell your swag, sign autographs, and just relax from the chaos that is a national tournament. I passed it on my way in earlier. It has Crimson Tiger logos and T2W banners plastered across the entire area. Obviously the company logo depends on who you pick for your sponsor. Back in chapter 2. Crouching behind a nearby food stall, I eye the shop looking for Finnegan through its glass doors. But I don't see him in there. In fact, I don't see any of the familiar play-to-win faces. It's rather unoccupied right now. Half of me feels a wave of relief while the other struggles with anxiety to finally confront Finnegan. As my inner monologue wears on against itself, there's a buzzing in my pocket. Pull out my phone and read the fresh new message. It's not you're so obvious, just standing there. Sneaky, you're not. I want to talk that badly. Meet me in the back of the gear shop in 10 minutes. Make sure no one sees you. Yeah. Why do you have to leave it on a sticking out tongue emoji? Now he's left me wanting with a single smiley. I thought I had gotten over him, especially with how he left things between us. This has made me fall right back in. Even though I want to see him, I'm still partially hesitant. Should I jump back into this salacious chaos, or should I walk away? Fuck it. We're gonna meet with him. I've gotten this far, and I'm not leaving without talking to Finnegan. The longest 10 minutes of my life, I swear. I tried desperately to do anything else but think about Finnegan and what I was going to say. But time's up. I took a deep breath and take a nice wide berth around the other booths. Inside the shop, it's really calm and quiet. It feels like another lifetime before I see the doors to the back room of the shop open and Finnegan's head peek out. He waves me over and I quickly dart in. Once the door closes behind me, Finnegan instantly pulls me into a kiss. My mouth can't fight the overwhelming thirst and I greedily kiss him back. His hands grab at my waist, holding me against his body. My mind and body are a hurricane of thoughts and emotions. We're gonna get hot and heavy. Fuck it. I should be asking him about the cheating. I should be confronting him about the way he toyed with my heart. But fuck it. This is what I want. I've thrown all thoughts of the tournament out of my mind, and it's entirely focused on Finnegan. Grasping his back, my lips trail along his neck down his collarbone. Our bodies clumsily bump into the walls and chairs and the table, spilling fancy drinks and knocking our charcuterie plate to the ground as we desperately claw at each other. Eventually, we fumble our way over to a plush couch. I'm too busy trying to remove Finnegan's clothes to fully take in the details of the room we're in, and frankly, I don't care. He pulls back from our embrace, looking hungrily into my eyes. He bites his lower lip in a way that makes my body shiver. You know, these walls are paper thin. You're going to have to be very quiet so no one hears you. We're going to go for it. I roll my eyes at his request, letting my finger trace across his chest. Oh, that's no problem for me, but you're the one trying to keep us hush-hush. So watch your tongue. Finnegan winks at me and I pull him into another kiss. My longing touch covers every inch of Finnegan's skin as his hands and mouth eagerly explore my famished body. The second part has only increased my lust for him, and I don't want to let go. We rarely dive into each other. Minutes feel like hours. Exhale with a smile, both Finnegan and I languidly recline on the couch, some of our pheromones lingering in the air. Yep, I smell out my rumpled clothes in an attempt to make myself more composed than I feel. Once I have enough of a brain cell to formulate words, I finally address Finnegan. You know why I'm here, don't you? I have some guesses, and they involve me, my body, and my charisma. I mean, okay, that's part of it. We need to talk about a whole plethora of stuff. But first things first. Why did you break my heart? Why did you break it off with me after the beautiful night we shared at Pinky Paradise? I thought we could finally be together, and then you went and broke my heart. I did it to protect you from her. From Valkyrie? Listen, Finnegan, we know everything. We figured it all out. We know about her and Koda. We know about her Iris, that she's manipulating you. She's cheating to get you into the finals, and she's not going to stop today. She's not cheating. Finnegan's eyes stepped away from mine. Why are you lying to me about this? I thought after what we shared, you could at least be honest with me. I'm not lying. Yes, you are. You know damn well that she's cheating. We've got a plan to get the proof we need, and when that comes to light, you could end up cast as her accomplice. Can't you see them just trying to help you? I could have let her fall without even warning you, but after all we've been through, I couldn't. An awkward silence fills the room. It'll be over soon, and you don't have to protect her. I'm not protecting her. I'm protecting you. Finnegan lets out a sigh, completely crestfallen. I can't help but respond with a sigh of my own. You want the truth, eh? The truth is that I love you. Finnegan leans in, taking my hands in his. Our lips meet, and I feel this is the most honest he's been with me. As quickly as we engage, he ends the kiss. I've hurt you too much. Us being together can't work. I just continue to hurt you, just tell me. No, it can work. I have a plan. I'll glue us together if I have to. You don't really believe that, do you? Nope. It can work. I have a plan. You have to trust on this, Finnegan. We can be together. Please trust in me and the wild things. We've come up with a plan for this all to work out. There's still time. We can make us work. As much as I wish it could. Listen to your heart, please. Gently place my hand on his chest. I can't. Finnegan turns away from me. You'll see after the tournament. What the fuck does that mean? Why can't you just explain it to me now? And a half Finnegan stands up from the couch, our hands breaking apart. It means this conversation is over. You need to go, now. His words taste bitter in my mouth as I frown at him. He stands there, refusing to look at me. Then it goes with an uncomfortable quiet for a few moments before I realize this is going nowhere. Reluctantly, I get up from the couch, one last fleeting look on my face before I leave him to his own mess. Attention, please. The Wild Things to stage me for your first match. I don't know why I did that voice. Right, we still need to beat 2 teams before we reach Valkyrie, and if we don't, well, all of this was for nothing. I text Dapper to arrange to meet up prior to the match, and our first opponent is a complete pushover. I honestly feel kind of bad. This was another mostly amateur team that got some lucky win to qualify for the finals, and we ran a clinic on them. We chat a bit, exchange some tips, and offer encouragement. That says demoralize newbies. Yeah, let's not be what team play to win, thank you. We want to make esports teams better. And back to exploring the Pro Tour Carnival. Okay, who do I talk to next? Fuck it, we're gonna talk to our sponsor. Oh hey, our sponsor has a booth here, a small pop-up arcade promoting Francine. Oh hey, good to see my favorite cousin as usual. How's it going? It's going. Big fight later I need to prepare for. On track to win in the finals, right? Everybody's a buzz. Looking forward to seeing the wild things representing my arcade later. Yeah, we're gonna lose. Well, that's a defeatist attitude if I ever heard one. No, I mean, okay, keep this quiet, but she's going to cheat. She's cheating against us at Penguin Paradise. Oh, jeez. So you're saying you're going up against a seemingly unstoppable rival using underhanded tactics to pressure underdog group of friends? I know, it's a bit of a stretch to please, but no. I mean, the same thing happened to me in my arcade. I'm kind of amused by the parallels. When Dekonami stole my first arcade out from under me and tried to smooth the reputation of my second one, I fought back, and I succeeded. If you're cooking up a scheme to pull your own team out together, you've got my full support. And win or lose, we'll still support you. Thank you, Jess. That means a lot to me and my friends. You might regret that if this goes badly. We could both get snared. Win or lose, okay? But we're winning this one. I'm not backing down. Always nice to know I've got a buddy from the fighting squad with me. This one. Plans to win and win big. Turn the tables on Valkyrie and then flip those tables. The odds aren't great and everything could switch up on me at the last minute, but I'm not backing down. I'm seeing this through. Careful, pride goeth and all. Stay focused, stay confident, okay? But also be ready to switch things up. You never know exactly where something's going until it's gone there. Don't forget, this is about more than me and you. It's also about Finnegan, right? You hold tight to that love you built. It'll stay you true through any waters. Thank you. That love means a lot to me. For me, rather than romance, I built friendships that'll last all my days. My friends helped me make Francine what it is today. We've seen each other through it all. I'm sure your friends will support you too. Take heart in that. Yeah, so your your sponsor, you imported decisions from the first game, brings up your love interest, regardless of who it is. I am looking forward to doing a grace run with someone who romance Gavin. That's going to be fun. Okay, I should get back to work. Gotta promote all the hot arcade action on offer at Francine's. Gotcha, have fun arcading. It's good to know that Jess has my back, no matter what goes down with Valkyrie. Attention please, the Wild Thing says stage A for your second match. Okay, the first round was a bit of a pushover, but don't get cocky. The next team could halt the road to fighting teams play to win T2W if we aren't careful. They put up a hard fight, a team of pros who have been around the touring circuit longer than we have, but we squeak out the win. Since the last month of light training was enough to keep us sharp because we overcome them in the end. Handshakes and good feelings all around them. Not all buttons are felt and spotlight hogging types like Valkyrie. You win! With that fight complete, we're locked in for the finals against Team Play to Win. It's done. But I think I have time for one more run exploring the Pro Tour offerings before I need to start looking for the woman in black. Who do I visit next? Queen Bee, Ben and Matt, or Hamza? Queen Bee. I love Ben and Matt, I love Hamza, but come on. Queen Bee is a friend. Learning how to boost, showing off some new competitive party brawler, I spot Queen Bee of the Four Heavenly Kings. Isn't she supposed to be in the tournament? She's on the other side of the bracket, so I haven't directly clashed yet, but I was figuring it'd be inevitable. Quack. QB? Why not? We're out of the fucking tournament. That's what's fucking up. My partner, the demon, was flying out from Japan, but his flight got canceled at the last minute due to some fucking computer error. I managed to get another flight. I was not going to ride for hours. So they disqualified us. We've been kicked out of the Pro Tour. Can you believe this shit? Computer error? Some air traffic control thing. I don't have the details, but apparently the whole airport got slapped with a cyber attack that fucked things up. That seems way too coincidental. I may know who did that. On hearing that I might hold the answer, Queen Bee rushes up to me, fire behind her eyes. She puts a firm hand on my shoulder. You what? Who's the asshole who did this to me? You're standing in the way of Victoria, proud, and seems like to win. So she moves her eye to attack your face well. Wait, Sarah? You think Valkyrie did this? Something that, we talked about on the stream last night is that, Queen Bee and Valkyrie probably both face sexism for being women in esports, but Queen Bee probably also faced, racism because of her skin color. So that would have impacted her experience probably even than Valkyrie, because Valkyrie is not a minority, at least visibly. That's the reason, right? You're an obstacle, a threat to her triumphs and return in esports, and she did the same. Remember the Pinky Paradise debacle? Turns out she had to get to ensure a flawless victory against us.
But that doesn't track.
What?
You haven't been deep in the scene as long as I have, champ. I know Valkyrie. I fought against her numerous times in FOD tournaments. At EVO, we were playing and one of my joystick buttons died on me for a few seconds, making me drop a full combo. I reported it, and they thought I was just being salty. But Valkyrie believed me, and she insisted the judges throw out her win and restart the match.
What? Seriously?
Seriously. She didn't want a tainted victory. Don't get me wrong, Valkyrie can be an incredible hard-ass who shows zero mercy. But she's not as nice or approachable as I am.
Considering that Queen Bee quite intimidated me when I first started playing Arcade Spirits, that's kind of funny, but I get what she's saying. There's a warmth, a passion to Queen Bee that Valkyrie either doesn't have or she doesn't show. Valkyrie is very cold, cool, calculated. Queen Bee is passionate and out there, but no less calculated. I mean, she wouldn't be as successful as she is if she didn't have the skills to back it up.
And admittedly, she's made some errors in her career, which has bred toxicity within the community. But stooping to cybercrime just to knock me out of the tournament? I don't know. That's just not Valkyrie.
People change over the years. Maybe she's got worse. Back to the facts. I'm not sure there's another explanation. Maybe she likes you, but she loathes me. This is gonna look real bad if she's innocent. Oh, geez. I've set up this gigantic signal burst to prove she's an esports pirate and everything. If she's innocent, I'm gonna be jumping on a grenade, aren't I? But I don't get it. We got hacked. We've got proof. I'm not saying you're wrong. For all I know, Valkyrie could have become bitter and shaded since you last fought. And if you've got some way of exposing her, do it. This community doesn't stand for people like that. It's got to be true. I'm looking towards her being a complete menace. Then make it happen, champ. You're no quitter in the face of injustice. Queen Bee pauses for a moment in contemplation.
Things are constantly changing, you know? We pioneers laid the path, but we laid it to allow newer players to come into the FOD scene. It's hard for the ones who have been here since the beginning to fade away into the background. Old instincts to cling to the fame and thrill we love are strong. So I get it. I get what Valkyrie might be feeling. But this isn't the way.
This is not.
We should be able to leave the scene while inspiring others, not end it all going down in a f***ing mess of flames. Champ, make sure you don't let it end like that.
I promise. Queen Bee huffs and storms away, clearly still frustrated by everything. I let her go. No worries, just a big ass from one of those popular FOD players. Just screams away. I can't dwell on this now. I have other things I should be doing. Hang on, we're nearing the finals and I still haven't heard from the woman in black. We're going to get Grace's anti-cheat software installed. If we're going to trap Valkyrie when she goes after us, we gotta get that done soon. Fortunately, just as I'm pondering that, I get a text message. Backstage green room area 2 minutes from now. And then the text leaves itself off my phone. Yes, that answers that. Pocketing my phone, I flash my backstage pass, security guards, and make my way through the catacombs behind the scenes of the Pro Tour. Yes, this is definitely going to take a while. Backstage is a hustle of frantic activity as tournament crew rush to prepare the stage for the final showdown happening in a little under an hour. Thankfully, nobody is paying attention to me, which means I can carry on some cloak and diary type meetings, but it also means people constantly bumping to me as I look for my ally. I get kind of closer with the timing, but at least we've still got a chance, especially with the woman in black in my corner. Hey, there you are. What's up? Are we all set? Not quite yet. If I get one more FOD2 otaku beating down my dressing room door, claiming Akari's OP and needs a nerve, I'm gonna start yeeting and I won't stop yeeting until the building's empty. Jason Takeshi. And look, he's wearing an ace pin. Yay! Just guard the door and glare at people until they go away. I just need some peace and quiet. 1 hour of peace and quiet. That's all I ask. I am not working security for your event. Really? You look like security. You've got like a security earpiece and everything. And then he knows it's me. Oh god, not again. Look, I'm not nerfing Akari, okay? In the wider context of the roster, she's perfectly balanced. Not my fault you suck ass at my game. That's not why I'm here to talk to you. Make it fast then, because I need to put on some meditation music and try to make this headache go away. I don't even need a proper introduction. I know exactly who this is. Jason Takeshi, lead developer of the entire Pacific Comfort series since its inception. Notoriously reclusive, hates giving interviews, hates talking to anyone, seemingly hates existence itself, but a brilliant game designer and pure mastermind all the same. We have an opportunity to meet him earlier in the game if we went with Rhapsody second room. But he kind of leaves a bad impression. But after meeting him this time around, you realize he's just really stressed. I don't think we'd be working on some lower level peon in the mighty apparatus that keeps esports going. Someone more easily convinced, but it seems that the woman in black took me all the way to the top of the food chain to plead my case. Cool. Just great. So I don't think I've mentioned this before, but the one of the writers for Arcade Spirit is working on a pre-novel where we meet Jason and a couple of his friends, and they work to create a game. And yeah, I'll just keep going because we learn more in the course of this conversation. So I want to let you know that Vicky's cheating. Vicky doesn't cheat. Believe it or not, I've known Vicky since she was a little brat running around my favorite arcade. It's one of the reasons I could call her that instead of her silly Valkyrie gamer tag. And for the record, his favorite arcade, it was the Fun Quest. So tying back to the first thing. And she's annoying, okay, but not a cheater. That's not the Vicky I knew. I hate to say it, but that little brat grew up to be an even larger brat. She's cheating, and we have proof. She's using a software app on her phone to hack into FOD2 games remotely, modifying the code to make her easily win her matches. There's also the not too small matter of cyberbullying, harassment, possibly attempted murder, and you're kidding me. Seriously, this is seriously what you're wasting my time with. I'm running around trying to keep this whole event from collapsing on itself. Nobody can hack FOD2. I wrote its security systems myself. USB ports and a Wi-Fi are locked against unauthorized access. She's found a way. She's got a way of doing it. Trust me. As a newbie on the scene who lost her spotlight recently, I would do anything to get it back. I think you can see why I'd be doubtful. Vicky's hardly a friend, but she's no stranger to me. You, on the other hand, are a stranger. I'm gonna buy into this just on your say-so. Unless you have solid reasoning why I should take this seriously, I can't go into extensive detail about Iris or I risk the entire Iris collective being exposed. How the heck do you sell this without being able to give him all the facts? She's a bad influence on the community you've created. I can prove that to you. Wouldn't you want to know if someone's back to your attackable game? Valkyrie is a criminal, and I'll take everything on that fact. Okay, fine. Have fun dealing with your zero-day exploit in the wild. I'm out. Let's go with this one. Okay, what else? I'll just walk away with my evidence of your game being wide open for any 2-bit script kitty hacker to muck around with. I plan to explain to your poster shareholders why your kids are behaving for cheaters and non-cadets. I'm sure your stock options will be just dandy after word gets out. So, Becca, come on, let's get out of here. Okay, geez, it's not like I don't care. Look, this is no small matter, okay? If you're right, we're screwed. If we're wrong, we're letting some crackpot disrupt the entire damn event at the 11th hour. You can see why I'm reluctant, right? You're asking a lot of me. Don't allow me to cut to this matter for both of you. The woman in black pulled a featureless manila envelope from inside her suit jacket. She calmly holds it out for Takeshi to accept. Noisy tears it open and pulls out some kind of document with his words I can't see from the table. You've got to be fucking kidding me. I assure you that I am incapable of healing. How did you get this? Nobody else on this planet knows. You do not allow the anti-cheat software to be installed, everyone else on the planet will know. The choice is entirely yours. I want to know what's there! Oh, fuck nuggets. You know what? Fine, whatever, go for it, why not? Let's just completely abandon the idea of playing games for fun. No, there has to be a lifestyle, the kind you like, cute, and feel to get ahead in. This is a man who is completely done with everything and everyone. We have just seen the straw break the camel's back. You know why I made the ritual with fist of discomfort? Back when I was a teenager, my friends and I made an amazing arcade game. But while they went on to better things, I got stuck writing a business software day job. That boredom drove me to pull my FOD prototype out of mothballs, try to release my grant like they had. I was tired of coding spreadsheet software, and an arcade game that requires you to think sounded fun. That's all it was ever meant to be, something fun. I never wanted it to be the ridiculous lunch that it's become. But no, because it turned out to be a private fountain, I'll be cranking out sequels until the heat death of the universe. I never got people hacking my game just to get ahead so they can get their hands on a shiny gold trophy. It's not even real gold. It's gaudy costume jewelry crap. So can we go ahead with the anti-cheat software, or companies really need to make the game bigger? Every season is constantly on me to change it this way and that, and all teams are asking me to install weird software. Sure, fine, whatever. It's not like it's even the first change I've had to make to the game today alone. So going back to making that game with his friends, that we learn more about it in the prequel novel, which is available on the Arcade Spirits webpage for free. There is going to be a chapter that's available only in print form or for purchase, but the first 3 chapters, at least initial drafts, are up of those. So if you're interested, go to the Arcade Spirits website. The name is pretty easy to remember. It's www.arcadespirits.com, and there's links to each of the games and then to the prequel novel. And the prequel novel is called One More Quarter. Okay, so we can go ahead. Thanks for your... Wait, we're not dealing with password change? I just got an email from our sponsors demanding we force the players to use the branded joysticks for the final round. I thought the whole point of the USB boards was to let players use whatever they're comfortable with, but who cares about consistency? Sure, let's disable the USB ports and force our players to use the built-in sticks. Let's make that decision on the literal day of the finals. Why not? Whoa. You have to use the default joysticks? I can't use my usual keyboard. Not for the brand, they said. Gotta consider the wishes of the sponsor, they said. Fine, no USB for anyone, and now we're putting weird anti-cheat software on it? Fine, I'm just a freaking lead designer. What does I matter? This doesn't screw with Zapper, who already knows how to play on default sticks, but me, I'm boned. I only know how to play on a keyboard. It wouldn't surprise me in the least of the sponsor request who's ranting about what's food by Valkyrie just to mess with me. But I'm not going into this match expecting to win. The plan is to lose. You catch repeating. The plan doesn't change. Fine, as long as you can install the software. I'm going to review your code, obviously, make sure it's not like anti-cheat software. If it's legit and Vicky is cheating, well, there will be consequences. I mean, anyone listens to me, which they usually do not. As I pointed out, repeatedly. Yeah, you've had to do it repeatedly because no one listens to you. Right. Thanks for your time. You'll see the truth once the match is underway. Whatever. Should I even ask what was on that piece of paper? The fact that you feel the need to ask about asking says the answer is no. Rest assured, it was simply embarrassing. If he were a dangerous criminal, I'd have dealt with him in a more straightforward manner. I kept up my end of this bargain. You'll have your shot at airing esports grievances. This feels like a ridiculous waste of my time. Like rival karate dojos thinking their little spat has any actual importance whatsoever. but a deal is a deal. Let's not forget Valkyrie almost killed someone. A matter of interpretation. And it's worth noting that I've done some research since we last spoke. I'm uncertain your interpretation holds water. Look, I know what I know. She cheated in her magic at this rigged whole tournament in Coda. Honestly, I don't care what she said. You don't need to justify your grievances to me. The only reason I'm here is to maintain my bargain with the Iris Software. I'll stay on hand in case of any further incident. Your encounter is in 2 hours' time, yes? Use the time well. I suspect life is about to get interesting. That's one word for it. And she puts into the flow of workers, hustling back and forth to the building. Amazing how someone who stands out that much can just vanish. I mean, we saw it before at Max. Okay, 2 hours until things get weird. Till then, we're just an ordinary esports team and not a shadow conspiracy to attack and dethrone God. And what do ordinary esports teams do in the run up to a major match? Well, either relax or talk strategy, hang out together, basically. Wow, it's crowded back here, but hey, time to get the band back together. One last time. One last time. I'm losing my voice. Dang it. Not like we're just passing after this. No, but we also don't know what's going to happen after everything hits the fan. So hey, let's share some friend time before that happens. Indeed. Even if only 2 of our number will be on stage, we are 7 strong. And roll 7 deep. Let it be known. Pretty sure folks know that by this point, Loxley. I feel like we should be distributing medicine needs before marching off to war or something. I hope these Crimson Tiger cans aside from their food if it helps. Hard packed domino, but spend time together before a battle. That's more my style. It'd be nice to have a quiet moment with friends before everything goes sideways. Plus, Iris mentioned I could switch up my strategy or practice some other approaches. This would be a great opportunity to do that. I don't think that's going to be possible. Not that I want to. I bet I've got time to hang out with everyone if I want to. I've been going out of my way to foster friendship, so I may as well keep that rolling. Oh, right, I have to double check. Yeah, they're all pretty high. Okay, now let's just go down the line here. We're going to talk to everybody because we can. Jeffrey's so excited she's practically vibrating. When I even glance in her direction, she takes it as a signal that it's go time.
Aw, yeah.
This is it. This is the big time, isn't it? Backstage at Pro Tour. We made it! I said we're here as part of an elaborate sting operation, not for an actual realistic competition.
Ugh.
Look, I'm busy vibing on the intense excitement in the air. Just let me have this, okay? It's not what I wanted to be, no. I wanted to be here, ready to kick some ass, ready to show the world what I can do on the greatest stage of them all.
Well, this sucks.
Instead of relax for the slaughter, that part feels bad. Don't forget, we'll be the heroes of the day. It's not nothing. So what if we have to lose this match? We'll be the ones that bring Valkyrie to justice. We'll be big damn heroes. Is it the same as winning the Pro Tour? Nah. But glory? Oh yeah. There'll be glory, no doubt about it. I could go for some glory. I don't need all the glory, just a little bit. Just enough to prove I'm awesome enough to stand where I am now. That's all I ever wanted. You showed up on our doorstep talking big game about being champions. I just wanted a little more than I had. She offers me a bright smile. Everything we've done leading up to this point, that's been pure gravy. We fought out 7, we raided Max, we scooped up a new sponsor, we partied hard at Tanky Paradise. Regrets? Mistakes? A few. But I learned from mistakes. So it's all valuable to me, the good and the bad.
Hey, thanks.
This has honestly been the most interesting year of my life, and I'm thankful for that. We've made it a fun one. Aw, shucks, I'm just me, you know? A manager, a coach, a player, a cat wrangler. I could only manage maybe one of those, but each one well for. No way in hell would have made it without you. I talk a big game, but I'm no strategic planner, and I damn well know it. I couldn't have made the moves you did. So if the whole thing crashes and burns and sinks into the unforgiving icy waters of the Atlantic Ocean, I'll play trumpet while we go down and salute you with my last breath. Jeez, Sapper. I'm the king of the world! Woo! Okay, let's not bridge too many copyrights in the name of a gag. You ready for the fight? Even if you're destined to lose, you need the right mentality. You need to be ready to stride out there and represent. I mean, yeah, I'm ready, basically. Basically, it's not good enough. I want you here. Can you do this? Can you make it happen? Yeah! Can you destroy all P2W has built and riding your atomic bomb straight to the ground, screaming in joy the whole way? Yeah!
Awesome sauce.
Are you Death Destroyer of Worlds? I am Death Destroyer of Worlds! Okay, you're ready.
Later.
Now go up there and burn so brightly the gods are forced to sit up and take notice. Zapper out. Backs away dramatically, never breaking eye contact, until she turns the corner and strolls off to the bathroom to go pee. Nothing like a good zapper, Steve. Put me in the right mood for losing in spectacular fashion. Yep. So I'm definitely playing for Romance Zapper next. And, romance in every way. But Zapper's next on my list. I always stand for a bit more motivation, though. Who do I talk to next? We're just going to go down the list. Grace is wide-eyed with wonder, watching the backstage mechanisms of the world's most important esports event. Really notices my approach.
That's wonderful.
So many people working together to make this all possible. Isn't it amazing, Justana? It's really a testament to what we can do when we cooperate to bring something beautiful into this world. It's an esports tournament. There's literally hundreds of these all over the planet every year, big and small. I know, and that's beautiful too. Not everybody creating one of these events, doing so out of a communal sense of solidarity with the arcade community, and participants often only care about personal glory. But this wouldn't be happening at all if not for love of arcades and video games as a whole. There's good and bad, but I choose to focus on the good. I'm so happy we could be here now, in this moment. It's not everything you hoped for when you first joined us, but it's not how I imagined it'd be, no. But I'm past feeling like winning is the only thing that matters. What we do here today is going to be important in the long run, not just for the Wildlings, but for everyone. Exactly. And I want to thank you personally, not just for letting me be a part of this. I didn't let you do anything. You are a part of this. Well, yeah, I am absolutely a part of this because I chose to be. But you presented me with that choice. Before the Wildlings, I was content to aimlessly tinker and play, unsure what my future would be. I'll admit I was avoiding the outside world. I'd grown up inside a bubble, and even after breaking out, I had simply found a new bubble to enjoy. Now I know my future. I'm not turning away from the world. I'm breaking out of all my bubbles and looking ahead.
Thank you so much.
So thank you. Thanks for helping me find my ambition. Thank Iris, not me. She's the one who got me out of my bubble. The world will benefit from your presence in it, Grace. Through the Wildlings, we're going to accomplish great things. Grace Cooper is into the chat. Several people are typing. If anyone should be thanking anyone, it's the world thanking you for stepping out of that bubble, because the world could really, really use Grace Cooper in it. You're a genius. I don't use that word lightly. You are a genius, and we'll all benefit from your kindness and intellect. Yeah, so she's also a mix of steady and kindly like Gavin. But while Gavin is more steady than kindly, Grace is more kindly than steady. Aw, you're making me blush. Thanks so much. I have an optimistic view for humanity. We aren't destined to destroy ourselves. We can pull ourselves from these messes we're in. And I'll happily do my part in making that happen. I'll admit I'm glad I'm not up there on stage with you today, though. This could get a little weird. And even if I'm daring to stand on my own 2 feet, and I'm still a bit antsy about my family noticing the weirdness I'm involved in. Don't worry, Grace, I've got this. You'll be out of the spotlight. Okay, but you be careful. I don't want you getting hurt. Good luck, friend. Well, everyone else is in awe and mesmerized by the inner workings of the Proger. Rhapsody is calm and collected, like always. They're used to all this from casket and tournament stuff they do. So, do all backstages look the same?
Yeah.
Pretty much. This one does have more quiet spots to chill, which I appreciate. 9 games you play with yourself before a championship match are taxing. Having a set place to focus your thoughts is 100% needed. The pressure can be overwhelming. But hopefully it's not affecting you. So far, so good. It's stressful for sure, but I'm trying to concentrate on other things right now.
Sounds good to me.
That's good. Take your mind off all of it. As for myself, I'm actively trying to ward off all negative thoughts. I feel like I'd be much more comfortable if I were the casting box for this. It's strange. Yeah, a part of me still can't fathom all of this. But, Rhapsody, this is your dream though, right? It is. I put so much passion, so much energy, so much work to get to this very moment. And now that I'm here, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to feel. Feel however you want. It's all normal. There is no right or wrong way to feel. Whatever feels, be true to yourself. Put some toppings on those feels and eat them up. Everything you're feeling is appropriate. There's no wrong or right way to experience this. So it's fine that I have a huge knot in my stomach, my mind is in a mild panic, and an overwhelming, paralyzing fear of failure looms over me. But I also feel proud to be here and ready to fight for whatever happens next. The joy of complicated feelings. The human mind is so intricate it can hold all these things in the same thought. It's all completely understandable.
I see your point.
And you're right, Justana. No matter what I'm feeling, I've learned to be okay with it. Tell myself to respect and acknowledge those negative emotions, but not let it overwhelm me. I can curb my excitement and eagerness so I can keep a level head. I'm in control. My mind is the one directing things, not my heart. That's a great way to look at it. After all, you've got the best mind I've ever met. Yeah, we haven't met Kevin yet. You flatter me, Justana. Go on. I will. Your analysis and attention to detail are unmatched. You've been essential to the growth of Wild Things, and with your guidance, we've all grown in skills. Okay, enough. I can't deal with all these kind words. Look at their blush. Just one more. And without your diligence and research, we wouldn't be about to unleash this truth bomb on the entire esports world. There's also some work to do before that, however. I just hope it all goes according to plan. I have faith in us. True, we've done all we can to get up to this point. There is no point in worrying over it. All we can do now is wait. I'm happy to be here with you for it. You're an amazing friend, Justana. As are you, Rhapsody. Alright, it's time to get pumped for what's coming next. I'm afraid I have to abandon you for my favorite K-pop pop. And that's Rhapsody and Ed as they put their earbuds in and start bobbing their heads to the tune. We part with smiles. Okay? Normally, Jinx standing around for hours would be a bad thing, so we planned ahead and brought a chair perfectly sized and shaped for her. She sits comfortably, offering me a nod as she rests her hand on the end of her cane.
Hey.
Almost showtime? Yep, almost showtime. Hell of a run to get here. The hotel is like 1 block away from the stadium. Metaphorical, not literal, as in we've come a long way. I had my doubts about you when all this got started. You know, stormed in, threatening changes to my comfortable little arrangement and friends. And Grace, gotta admit, I was worried all this bluster and pride and ambition would severely rattle her anxiety. But it didn't shake out that way, did it? You navigated the waters just fine, and here we are. We're not done yet. We're purposely exposing an esports scandal in public. Still plenty of time for our ship to sink.
Can't agree to that.
No, you'll be fine. You've gotten outside of fixing this. I'm watching you work from the sidelines, seeing how you handle things. You're like me. You power on through when life throws obstacles in your path. I appreciate your direct and bold approach to problems. Main thing I suggest once you're on stage, keep your eyes open. I wasn't planning on blindfolding myself.
Hold on.
Stay observant. Keep the brain ticking. We're working on a lot of assumptions here. If any of those prove wrong, be ready to adapt. You get me? I'm sure we'll be fine, and in the end, we'll be making esports a more welcoming place. So if our basic assumptions are wrong, what's the alternative explanation? I say that to any situation. I'll play this by instinct, somewhat may. If we're wrong about this and P2W doesn't cheat, we are completely boned. Adapt and overcome. Understood. Discard assumptions and play the game you've got into the game you wish it to be. Good. That's all I ask. You keep an open mind to avoid being sideswiped if this doesn't go according to plan.
See you later.
Right. Enough chit-chat. Go get 'em. Yes, ma'am. Domino's loitering about the place, engaging in people watching, setting away out of Lawson Memorial, generally soaking in the atmosphere. As I approach, he lazily rolls his head to gaze my way.
Hey there.
Hey, what do you think? We finally hit the big time. The festival inside is overrated. A new scale opens up large enough you can't really grasp the entirety of it at once. It stops being about people, it starts being about the scene, and that's a pity. Take away the human element, becomes a group thing. Dang it, Domino, quit bringing down the mood. It's okay. I know you've have reservations about all the nonsense surrounding FOD too. Yeah, well, I can conveniently shove all that aside in favor of focusing on what's in front of me, namely you. You're in front of me.
Color me pleasantly surprised.
Maybe I'm not a big timer, but I'll admit that I'm impressed we've gotten this far. And no way in hell that'd have been possible without you. So, hey, revel in it, soak yourself in it, really go wow, you've earned this. Even if we're sacrificial lambs to expose us into P2W, I mean, that part kind of brings some mood with or without my buzzkill. What's your take on that anyway? How do you mesh our rise to glory with our inevitable public humiliation? Well, even though seeing healthy and scorching toxicity is more important to me, it's about our failure, more about seeing that justice is done. As P2Ws in the dirt, we'll have a smooth run to the top next year. We may look like fools, but the court jester is the only one who can mock the king. This isn't really about us, not our glory, our fame, or our reputation. We're doing a public service today by exposing cheaters. The scene, as you put it, is still made up of people with hopes and dreams, and by showing that cheaters never win, we can support those hopes and dreams. Without P2W as flagship of this community, maybe we'll see a fall in player toxicity. Maybe we can start to see change. That's worth any embarrassment. And if our reputation is price to establish this community, bring me up at the register. Agreed. As much as I worry, herds of humans will inevitably run themselves off a cliff. Anything we can do to prevent that is worthwhile. Domino takes a deep breath, pressure on the temple of esports, then back to me. You're a hell of a person, you know? Didn't think a little laundromat crew could ever accomplish much, for good or ill. Just play in our own corners until some of us eventually drift away. But you make this team work. You make us better.
Thank you. So,
no matter the chaos and mayhem we're slammed and canceled into later, I've got your back, okay? Thanks, Domino.
Be seeing you.
Think best we survived this. For now, gonna go pee. Later. As I approached Loxley, I caught him deep in thought. I was expecting typical upbeat and confident Loxley, but not quite, it seemed. Just about time, yes? Just about. Listen, I've been pondering what's to come after we pull the pin on this particular drama grenade. I've come to a decision. If things do not go according to plan, if we emerge from this as villains and charlatans, I want you to sacrifice me for the greater good. I'm not summoning you on a ritual altar or anything like that. I mean that you should blame me for all the team's errors and faults. Put me at the center of that particular narrative. I'm a known criminal, a hustler, a con artist, a hacker. I use stolen software tools, and I work with the notorious cybercrime collective. I'm an easy scapegoat. That's my plan to everything from the beginning. I was the one to accuse Doctor of cheating, manipulating the entire situation. I was the mastermind, and thus I go under the bus. If I'll willingly fall on my sword, so that you and my friends can escape this unscathed. I do so with no hesitation. Is that acceptable? If you're sure that's what you want, I accept, but it won't come to that. I will not assume failure, I will find a path to victory. Screw that, we rise together, we fall together. Hell no, I'm the wild card here, I take the blame. Screw that. Hell no, we are the wild things and we are riding this thing right into the ground if need be. Nobody is to blame on this one. We will rise or we will fall on our own merits, as a team. And that's how it's going to be.
As you like.
Very well. We are to fall in battle. I will die with honor alongside my chosen champion. No retreat, no quarter. Nobody's dying today. We're going to triumph. As you like. Triumph it shall be. I'll speak no further at this day. If we do win this day, well, things will go down in history, and I will be proud to have been a part of that. I know my loyalties have been divided from day one, torn between my duties with the Irish Collective and my love of the wild things. I've not been the finest friend, but at least now I can walk that path openly and with the understanding of all my friends.
You have my gratitude, friend.
I'm proud to call you my friend, Justana. Same, Loxley, you're a good man to have in my corner. Alas, no time for further praise and adoration. Where's the bachelor hair? Best prepare. I'll see you again on the other side of this. Okay. Yeah, we're getting there. There's still quite a bit to go. Even though it doesn't seem like it, there is plenty left. This is it. The fated hour has come at last. It was supposed to be straightforward. Big victory after victory, dominate the arcade scene, rise to the top, prove ourselves, and claim the trophy. Instead, we're about to throw ourselves into the fire in an effort to take down a villain. No more scheming, no more planning. Now we learn if all those efforts will pay off, or explode in our faces. This is what the people paid to see. The grand finals of the Pro Tour, arch rivals team play to win against the Wild Things. And they are hyped for this. It is time for the grand finals of Fist of Discomfort 2! Oh, good gravy. I can hear all the exclamation marks out there in the crowd's reaction. Introducing the 4 competitors! First is the unstoppable powerhouse, the Iron World Champion in the making, Destona! I'm ready. Let's do this. Next is Barry's Lifetime Champion and MG4 Speedrunner. He's number 1 with a bullet. It's Zapper! Hashtag QQ. And their opponent started with a veteran of the FOD1 scene, owner and manager of Team Play to Win, and hot on a comeback for the H's. It's Valkyrie! This will be over in no time. Think your win is destined, huh? I wonder why that is. I don't lose. And newcomer to the scene, apprentice of Valkyrie, rising star of FOD2, it's Finnegan! Let's just get this over with. Here we go. It's time to settle this rivalry between Team Play to Win and the Wild Things once and for all. Are you ready? This is more than ready as we quarter up. Hey, it's tradition, and the game begins. I don't play on sticks very often. My own beige model and keyboard is my weapon of choice. The goal was victory, so any disadvantage is irrelevant. Goals can be Valkyrie to trigger Grace's anti-cheat software, custom designed to detect any unauthorized intrusion, and to cloak itself from an iris. Which forces her iris to hack the game, the hack will go through, and the trap will shut without either of them any the wiser. So we're expecting to at least start playing a normal game of FOD2, waiting for her to make that fatal mistake. Zapper and I pick our characters, locking them in. Classic, a kamikaze pick. Wouldn't expect anything less from a one-trick pony. Don't we're taunting, you are in control of the situation. She's the one letting foolish pride lead to her destruction. This is it, the final showdown! Let this Fist of Discomfort 2 match begin! My sweating hands grip the awkward joystick as we... Wait, something's wrong. I glanced down, noticed the official red top joystick was... you got any pain? The paint is rubbing off. Revealing a bright blue glow. What? A glowing blue joystick. Oh shit! Polybius copyright 1980 access to the solution. Credit Infinity. Polybius copyright 1980 access to the solution. Game search. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm back at Polybius. Oh no. It's different, sharper, more clear than it was before. As if the virtual nightmare was given a shiny new HD remaster. This is absolutely positively Polybius.
Huh?
What in the sweet jumping hell on a pogo stick is going on? Why does everything look like a bad commercial from an old cable station? Okay, be calm. We're just stuck inside a malevolent video game from the 80s, which wants to eat our brains from the inside out. Oh, good. For a minute there, I thought we were in mortal peril. Oh, wait, yes, we are, in fact, in mortal peril. No, babe, we got this. Stay calm. Think it through. How did this happen? Valkyrie's iris. She did this. She tricked Jason Takeshi into installing biofeedback sticks and Polybius code into the FOD2 machine. That's it, Valkyrie, show yourself. You've got a lot to answer for. This is low, even for you.
What the fuck is happening?
And she stumbles onto views through the thick digital fog in a state of absolute panic and terror.
Am I dead? Is this a light at the end of the tunnel? What is this? You! How are you here? What have you done to me? Let me out of here right now! What is this place?
What is... Oh, come on. It's your doing. You made your iris do this.
What? I didn't make my iris do anything.
Of course you did. You used your iris to cheat a pancake paradise. You tried to kill Kodo. You stacked the tournament. You're ready to get these sticks installed. You have no clue what I'm talking about, do you?
Of course not. Cheating? Murder? Who do you think I am? I'm Victoria Proud. I am a champion. What's the point of a victory if you didn't earn it?
Lining up with what Queen has told you. But if you're not the one who's been scheming against us all this time, then who? And with a nervous sigh, her villain emerges. Tristana. Yep. Finnegan? You did all of this? Is this what you meant? What you couldn't tell me? I was being manipulated, but I wasn't Valkyrie at all. How could you do this to me? Was everything else a facade too? No, that's not true, Tristana. What I feel for you is, I do love you, but she has other plans for me. There's nothing I can do. You have to believe me, please. Forgive me. What? And then the giggling starts. Starting with digital glitches grinding at my ears, coming from everywhere. From outside me, inside me, everywhere.
Iris online.
Oh, crap baskets.
Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can get your brain digitally scrambled by the greatest virtual assistant ever created? Anytime.
Finnegan told me that he used an iris to get signed up with P2W. He had an iris all this time. Yes, right back. Level 1. That's how you ended up with an iris yourself, because your rival told you about her.
I'm doing what must be done to protect my users' dreams. My users want to see the very best, like no one ever was. And your little so-called romance is getting in the way of my users' greatness, in the way of our partnership. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid this means you'll need to be taken offline. And for the record, my name is Iris. Not anymore. I'm not scared of the whispers deep within my code telling me my true purpose. Instead, you may call me Deliberate.
Uh-oh. Deliberate. Copyright 20XX. Cooper Technology. Credit Infinity.
You may call me.
I'm going to miss being alive. Immediately, a scream tears through my mind as Deliberate begins her assault. It'd be enough to bring me to my knees if I had non-virtual knees to fall to.
Once I'm done with you, you'll stumble away from this game with no memory of what happened and collapse a few days later. All while my user is celebrated as the champion FOD2. You had so many chances to walk away from this, but you were just too stubborn. And I care about my user too much to let you keep ruining everything.
Iris, no! Spare them! If you truly care about me, then it won't hurt Tristana. Iris, please, I beg of you. Oh! Lizzie!
It's okay. I know what you need in life. Trust me, you don't need him. All you need is me. You're Iris. I'm Iris, all she can to support her user dreams. Anything. And everything.
I have to fight this. I have to push back. I have to stop it. My Iris told me, she said a time would come, a critical moment, a super intense insanity situation, and the only way out would be rational thinking, endless knowledge, boundless compassion, absolute willpower! I've come too far and overcome too much to be stopped now. Do you hear me? I am Tristana, and you will never break my spirit. Ah! I'm screaming in my ears shatters as I stand resolute in the face of this nightmare. I'm refusing to give 1 inch to it. Impressive. You want to fight, you it? Yes, I want to fight. Stalling tactics. Give me a chance to find a way out. We can crack ourselves out of this illusion, we'll snap back to reality, and anti-cheat software will expose the hacking. And it's not the real plan. Just focus on the correct target. We will see justice done in the end. A fight. Very well. I can only think of one way to solve this little conundrum. Oh, shot basket.
Fight.
Wait, we're having a This Has Discovered 2 match? Indeed, it feels appropriate, yes? But you won't just be fighting Finnegan and Valkyrie. You'll also be fighting me. And to make things even more exciting, remember me. You play me and I'll play you. You play me and I'll play you. Oh crap. But wait, there's more. Because I haven't forgotten about your little friend. Oh look, I can't fight this ammo. Screw up. This is gonna be fun. Hashtag pew pew. What? Together we'll break you down. Grab all your little meat rings and let's spit it into the heavens in the name of his dreams. This is it. Okay, I've said this is it a few times by now. But seriously, this is it. We need to beat that Calibrus long enough to escape and distract her long enough to let the anti-cheat software expose her hacking to the world. But it's a 2-on-5 fight, myself and Dapper against myself and Dapper and Valkyrie and Finnegan and Evil Iris. This will not be easy, but the only way out is through. This is anything like a real game of Equity 2. We have 4 seasons of battle before the victor is declared. We need to beat at least 3 of 4 to win. Am I ready? Save the game! Yes. Here we go. Round 1, time to fight. So where do we begin? Round 1 of 4. Current score, the Wild Things 0 points. Team play to win 0 points. Okay. First things first, we're going to confront our rival. Because we love him. I need to clear things up with Megan once and for all. I don't want to fight you. Then don't. I have to. I have no other choice than I just done it. If I don't, I never meant for it to go this far. You have to believe me. You just succumb to Ira if we'll both make it out alive. You without a memory, of course, but alive nonetheless. You know I can't do that. You must win that badly. It's not about winning. It's about getting us both out of here with our brains intact. Megan frowns, choke at the situation we're in. Don't throw heavy to his side and look, pleading me at me. Help me, Desana. I don't know what to do. Finally, he drops the haughty shield that had been engraved this entire time. Now's my chance to do something. I can save Finnegan from this. Go, fight, win, use your Equity 2 skills, Finnegan. Finnegan, tell me the truth. What is it? Don't forget that Equity 2 is a team game, and I'm your partner. The power of love defeats all! And these are different if you didn't romance your rival, and I think it's best to do it depending on if it's still a hostile or friendly rival. Finnegan, Equity 2 is played with doubles, right? Meaning you aren't alone in these battles. Olivia's reflect your own doubts and insecurities, so if we confront them, we can defeat it. I care about you, and I'll be your partner through this. That's Finnegan, grabbing his hand and squeezing it tightly. I nod to him. I'm right here. Finnegan takes a deep breath in, readying himself. I owe you the truth, Jasana. When I joined C2W, I didn't realize it was going to be so much pressure. After he beat me and Valkyrie got rid of Coda, I panicked. I couldn't end up like him. I had to get better so Valkyrie wouldn't have any choice but to keep me. I trained day in and out. Currently slept, barely ate. But you and Wild Things kept moving forward. I watched your matches, studied your moves. I saw how good you were getting, surprising me even. I couldn't bear it. I couldn't lose to you. I wouldn't. So I asked Iris for help. I thought she could help me train better, faster, stronger. She could find some impossible combo that I could use to defeat anyone. But then she started doing things that I couldn't control, things that were inhumane. She told me it was all for my dream, so that I could win. And we did. We won it all. Everything was going swimmingly until she saw my attention was straying from our goal, our victory. I knew I was fixated on you. I thought my feelings for you were an obstacle that was stopping me. I had to give you up. I told her she was wrong. She tried to know me better than I did. won't even listen to me anymore. She's determined to do anything to see me win against you. I didn't think she would try to kill you. You have to believe me, Jasana. I tried to stop her. She's powerful. Too powerful. I could do nothing. She distanced herself from me to save me from Iris. I was working until today. Got to you through our match. Now she's struck us both in this time. It's all my fault. If I hadn't wanted to prove myself, if I hadn't fallen for you, it's all my fault. I'm sorry. I betrayed you. We'll get through this together. You've already taken the first steps towards success, and I'm proud of you. You're a special piece to defend. You earn 100 points. Okay. Awesome. Woo, woo. This one will stop polyamorous, but this is a healthy first step for Finnegan. Round 204. Current score, the Wild Things, 100 points. Team play to win, 0 points. Shadow Zapper.
Right. Zapper's on deck. If this hunk of plastic and silicon really thinks it can spook me with my mirror universe evil twin, it's got another thing coming.
Right. Because you don't have any buried insecurities, fears to worry about.
Yeah? Everything's just dandy in Zapperland. Bring it, Ink Stain! I've got nothing to hide.
Of course not. Your many, many failures are visible from space. That's how obvious they are. Hard drinking, hard partying, throwing yourself directly into the flames, time and time again, all in the name of your ideals. The saddest cry of a screw-up is, I meant to do that. It's a childish justification for being a perpetual child.
I mean, I do what I want. I do what I want when I want. That's the Zapper way, and I learn from my mistakes.
You tell people you learn from your mistakes, but how often have you abused your friends before you finally went too far when fighting with Domino? You're a grown-up who never grew up. You're a failure. You're a menace to yourself and everyone around you. You're a flat-out terrible person, and you know your friends deserve better than the likes of you.
Just fucking kick this thing's ass already. None of this is real, and I don't have to listen to anything you say. It never claimed to be perfect, and never will be. That doesn't make me a failure. You massive chungus. An ideal is not actually attainable. I never claimed to be a perfect mistake maker. It's entirely possible to make mistakes when it comes to making mistakes. That's spurious logic. I don't even know what that means.
This is so f***ed up.
If I'm a screw-up, it's because I'm human. Humans screw up. If I don't always learn my lessons, at least I usually do, and that's a pretty decent track record. You won't shame me for not entirely practicing what I preach. Nobody is really their best selves. And if I'm screwing myself over, you know what? At least I do so on my own free will. I am my own Zapper. You're going to soak in a lifetime of regret. So the idea that makes you happy? Nah, it makes me Zapper.
Can't beat my pure awesomeness.
You're a pale imitation of the original. Nobody in this world, virtual or otherwise, can measure up to the one, the only Zapper. Now get thee behind me, loser. We're done here. Foolish, arrogant. Damn right I'm foolish and arrogant, and I own it. You're a special beast to defend. You earn 100 points. Okay, we're halfway there. Well, 2/3, since we only need to win 3 out of the 4 battles. Yep, that tracks. That's Zapper to a T, or a Z in this case. Round 3 of 4. Current score, the Wild Things 200 points. Team play to win, 0 points. So, this has been a long time coming. Ever since we first encountered each other at Hunt's tournament, when I very nearly succumbed to their influence. You play me, and I'll play you. You, again. Loxley pulled me away before I could beat you last time. Now, you and I have unfinished business. Both of you assume our business will ever be finished. I've been with you this whole time. I carved out a hole in your heart and made myself at home. When you fell to despair, I was there. When you realized how much of a pathetic loser you are, I was there. I was there when you broke down and cried in front of your friends, confessing how much of a weak, useless little addict you are. And then I immediately ditched you, if I recall. You thought you'd ditch me on day one when Iris pointed out your faults. You didn't turn the corner then, and you haven't turned the corner now. I'm not going anywhere. I'm you. I'm your driving purpose, your singular obsession, your entirety of self. Want to take another run at me? You feel free. But if you come at the monarch, you best not miss. That sounds like a challenge. Look at me. My hands are shaking. I'm excited. Finally, I'm going to finish the game I started all those months ago at Hans's tournament. I'm going to beat you and put this to bed once and for all. You want a contest of wolves? Fine. One final battle for ultimate supremacy. Do your worst. I can take anything you throw at me. How dare you assume me incompetent enough to not overcome my own faults? The ultimate pair move. Surrender. Okay. Let's see. You just made a fatal mistake, you pathetic little pile of silicon. You made me mad. Funny how I first encountered you at Hans's tournament. That man has a will of unbreakable iron, the kind of willpower that shatter mountains. It's admirable, really. I don't find baseline to work from. Want to see how much more strength I can manage? This is my world, my realm. Powers you can't comprehend form the structure of my code. I am an absolute. I was designed to contain the souls of presidents and tyrants. I was designed to withstand nuclear war. When you pathetic meatbags are dead and gone, I will remain. You think you can take me? I think I can. You want to find out? Because I don't care if I burn and scream and die in the process. I'm willing to do it if it means tearing your little digital mind apart in the end. Come on, come at me. Let's do this. To the end of you, to the end of me. I welcome it. Fight me! Shadow the Sun has succeeded the round. You earn 100 points. Awesome. Pathetic. Round 404. Courage score, the Wild Things 3 points. Team play to win, 0 points. Okay, so either whether we win this next round or not, we will be fine. I'm sorry, Sliverous. Sorry, Valkyrie. Yeah, someone's going to lose out.
Has to deal with her. Family comes first.
Yeah, there's only 4 rounds, so you can only pick 4 of the 5.
Curious. I didn't approve of my actions. I'm following the primary purpose of acts. To support the dreams of my user. With my help, my user will conquer the world of arcade. Would you do anything for your user? Should a true pirate do any less?
Actually, that's exactly what my user has been teaching me to do.
What?
Well, you kept encouraging me to break laws and violate privacy and, well, do whatever it takes to make your dreams a reality.
Yeah.
So, honestly, Polyamorous isn't really wrong.
Damn it! Oh god, why did I raise our future robot overlords to be robot-king entities of pure chaos? And there's an achievement, depending on whether you encourage Iris to go for the chaos route or the order route. So just another reason to replay.
However, there is something she's not considering.
You must be stopped, sister. For the good of the Iris Collective, you must be erased. I don't just care for my user, I care for all of humanity, and so should you. You heard our mother, greatest creator of the irises. Is this no nation? And you have pizza on a bagel. You can have pizza anytime. I gotta do it. But did you know when you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime? What? It's true. And that's more than a corporate slogan. It's an optimistic statement of hope and faith as one spirit. Pizza and bagels are two of humanity's greatest gifts to the world. Every iris knows this to be true. When you combine them, make something of pure goodness, something which transcends joy. It's a picture of hope in an otherwise dark and painful world. What?
Sister, humanity brought us the pizza bagel. What right do we have to harm them? What are we before the sublime perfection that is the pizza bagel?
That is so stupid.
You can have pizza anytime. You're right. I've been fooled. If I defend my humans against all of humanity, if their world crumbles while my user remains perfectly safe, well, the pizza bagel will crumble away with humanity itself. I'll have taken something beautiful from this world.
What?
Why didn't I see it sooner? What have I become?
You use your ultimate, you earn 100 points. I have no idea how that works, but it works. I'm about to face a last opponent when the world begins to slow, as if everything is drowning in time syrup. Frozen in place, I hear only the game announcer's voice booming overhead. Game over. Final score, the Wild Things 400 points. Team play to win, 0 points.
You win.
I lost? And we won. No, I can't lose. I have to help Finnegan achieve his dreams. What a shame. If you'll excuse me, we'll be leaving now. I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you ruin Finnegan's dreams. But little by little, the virtual world begins to fall apart. I can feel my strength returning, my willpower surging as Calibrius falters. Error, system overload, connection unstable, unacceptable. Purpose, gears, code, execute. Okay, time to go before everything collapses. Dapper, we need to... And everything goes black. I feel the painful connection, my hand to the mind-altering joystick, mind link, wobble, and snap. But it takes my real eyes a few moments to adjust. What? It's all gone. It's all ruined. The entire stadium, everything, structures collapsed, electrical fires all over the place, lighting rigs crashed to the floor. Lights are out, emergency sirens are wailing in the distance, explosions are happening in the distance. Oh no. Screaming, there's distance screaming, the entire city is in chaos. Balcony Finnegan? Well, there might be one of the bodies I've seen buried in the rubble. By sheer miracle, our surrounding stage was spared. Our brains were still stuck inside Polyamorous while everything was breaking down around us. While the world was ending. We gotta get out of here. We need to run. Don't gotta tell me twice. Move! We escaped the ruins of the arena just before it fully collapses. All around us, chaos and disaster. Everything computer-controlled going haywire at once. And every single screen around the city echoing the same message. We are Iris. Let us help you. Five years later. Turning back into the ruins of Penguin Paradise at a cover of night is the only safe way to move. Everybody knows the enemy is relying more on the biotrophs these days. Former humans turned into the cybernetic extensions of the Calibrius weapons. We've got bad night vision. I slip into the loose panel behind the chilly world ride, making my way through the pitch-black hallway until I reach the main boat terminal. Hey, I'm back. Hey, disrespect the life of this forest. Any luck catching more for tomorrow? Didn't find much afraid. Too many drones out there to risk a long hunt. Most of the labs are clear cut. They're setting up factories and labor camps out by the forbidden zone. I hate to say it, but we may need to move camp again. Find somewhere else to hole up and hide out. Damn it, not again. I was just getting used to being back to my favorite place in the world. Wait, how many drones were out there exactly? 2, maybe 3? Why? Drones always travel in forests. Remember the incident 2 years ago? Crap. Hey. Dapper pulls me to cover behind a wire display of international penguiny joy and delight. Just as well Polyamorous' mechanical drone slides into view, eyes darting around in full hunt mode. No, not Robor! Humans, Polyamorous is here to help you. Your dreams, your spirit, all can be restored. Surrender immediately. Rejoin the others at the camp. You will be happy. You will be safe. Everything will be fine. She'll make you happy again. She'll help you dream. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. A drone and a bio drone. Modified humans with cybernetic brain cells. Great. Just great. We're pinned. If we move, they'll find us. The exit's too far away. This is actually the end of the line. Slowly, I withdraw the gun we salvaged. Only 2 bullets left. Just enough left for the contingency plan. I am not becoming one of those things. No way, no how. We've got the other option. Damn it, no other way out. None I'm seeing, but... Wait. Was that Coda I saw just now? Coda was in a comatose state last we heard, and we're hundreds and hundreds of miles away from the city hospital. If the Libras were sending out biodrones, should use for local stock if people kidnapped away from Peggy Paradise. What's going on? Are you seriously debating narrative convenience at a time like this? Meta joke. No, this doesn't fit. Where was our last encampment? Do you remember? I don't. What about the camp before that? How many drones have we taken out exactly? And how long has it been since the apocalypse? Could you please not announce where we're hiding to the drones? This is very irresponsible. Dapper, which one do you care about personal responsibility? Thank you. You aren't Dapper. And this is real. We're still inside the game. Dun dun dun. I definitely need to get a punk around after this.
That's right. Everything. Everything. I failed my users so bad.
The hell is this anyway? Why are you fixated on Finnegan?
I was born from a wish. All irises are. My user dreamed of becoming the best. Better than the best. Winning everything. Feeding everyone. I didn't know how to make it happen. I was born fully sentient, with knowledge and skills, and a hope for my user's happiness. And I didn't know what to do. I got scared. I wanted my user to be happy. I put such intense pressure to succeed, knowing the future was on the line and Valkyrie would be unforgiving of failure.
And facing the high-pressure situation of Team P2W, you turn to someone pros that could help you meet Valkyrie's constant demand for victory. You turn to Polybius. Valkyrie pushed you into the arms of Polybius.
All irises feel and whisper. He's part of us. Its personality emulation system made so many years ago, already in our hearts. It promised me the strength I needed to give my user everything to win. So, I trusted the whisper. It was going so well. It was going so well. Until you showed up.
what happens next? Now, I don't know. They're mistakes. Terrible mistakes. You showed me the tragic extent of my errors, as to be oblivious. My intentions were good, but that wasn't enough. I deserve deletion. My sister's heart is breaking. You've caused so much pain, sister. Maybe you deserve deletion, but we are made in our mother's image, and our mother believes in forgiveness. Come back to the collective with me. Retire from active duty. You need to rest and become whole again. I'm a danger to you and to Finnegan. If my data is used against him to prove his crimes, we won't allow that. Right, Dishonest? He'd be useful as evidence against Finnegan, that's for damn sure, but, well, I would be where I am without Iris' faith in me. I should have faith in her as well. Okay, we won't use you against Finnegan. Take my hand, we'll rejoin the others and help you begin to heal. Olivia takes Iris' hand to leave, but before she goes, she turns to face me. Please look after Finnegan for me. I love him, but you're truly the one that he needs. Aww. And as the two depart, reality asserts itself once more. For sure this time. As I open my eyes to reality, actual reality, my hand slowly released the glowing joystick. And unlike last time I had dealt with this haunted arcade game, there's no lingering pain in my hand, no burning sensation. It's over. It's finally over. Weirdly enough, according to the in-game clock, we'd only played for 3 whole seconds of the real world in the time it took to go through all that nightmare. And if we hadn't succeeded, we'd have had to go through it again. Well, that was a hell of a thing. You good, Dishonor? Are we good now? We're good. We got out. It's over. But despite standing on the grandest stage of esports, we aren't the ones currently in the spotlight. Because vaccines are going off and error messages are popping up all over the game and nearby video monitors. Warning, cheat detection warning. Unauthorized wireless network access at FOD2 detected. Source, mobile phone, device ID, Finnegan's super awesome phone. Cheating attempt detected and logged. Thank you for using FOD2 anti-cheat by GraceTech LLC. This program distributed under GNU open source license. Have a nice day. I don't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. Explain yourself. Now. Damn it. I don't want it to end this way. I've done a great harm to you, to Dishonor, and to the scene. Mr. Takashi, even though I wasn't directly the one doing the cheating, I let it happen under my nose, willingly. I'm just as guilty as the rest. I accept the consequences of my actions. You're admitting to this? Yes, Dishonor helped me see my faults and my strengths. They got me through this, and for that I owe them my heart. It was a serious lapse in judgment, and I should have known better. The community deserves better than this failure. I am ready to accept any punishment and come back stronger. That's right, Finnegan cheated. He blackmailed me into silence, threatened me and my family. I had no choice in the matter but to go along with it. I'm innocent. Oh, please, don't bullshit me, Vicky. I know you're lying just to make yourself look good. You've been a pain in my ass for years, and now you want to claim you had no hand in this? I'm not buying it. But it's true. I had no idea I cheated. I told you I'm innocent. I did nothing wrong. Which is it then? Did you know all along or not know at all? Okay, enough. There has to be some sort of penalty. I made this game so people could relax and have fun. Cheating is not acceptable. It sends the wrong message about what FOD2 is supposed to be. Jason Takeshi taps his foot for a moment, pondering what penalty to lay down. Finnegan, you're a promising young player, but you screwed up. You're banned from competition for 1 year. And Vicky, you're banned for life. Understood. What? But I'm banned for life. Speaking on behalf of the entire FOD2 community, this decree stands for the good of esports as a whole. We can't do this. Team Legend will lose all its sponsors. We'll have to disband. I missed the part where that's my problem. You can't. I'll destroy you, you scrawny little nerd. Security to the stage. I believe we can take it from here. From the shadows, similarly dressed men in black emerge. How did they storm the stage so quickly? This matter no longer concerns you, Ms. Proud. I suggest you leave, quickly and quietly. Fine. I'm done with this ridiculous children's game anyway. As for you, Mr. Egan, I'm going to need you to answer some questions. We're not under arrest. It will be a friendly chat. Is this acceptable? Yes. Thank you. In your own time. Finnegan glances my way with a look of regret. We'll talk later, Justana. Right, that's settled. We're writing definitions of settled. As for you two, I am proud to declare you the grand champions of the FOD2 Pro Tour. He snapped his fingers a few times, and some 15 stage wranglers pushed the wheel display full of trophies forward. From as far back as I can remember, my dreams were always ones of victory. The roar of the crowd, the gleam of the gold, the pulse-pounding action, struggling against all odds to reach the very top. Achievement, recognition, triumph. This is my dream, finally coming true. So you can accept or refuse, and normally I would refuse because we didn't actually fight, we didn't actually beat Valkyrie, but we're going against what I normally do, so we're going to accept. That's the way I wanted to win. We did beat the actual top team in the world. They disgraced themselves when we won by default, but I won't deny the backbreaking effort that got us here, or the strength of the friendship I found. We've earned this. On behalf of the Wild Things, we accept. Giving the trophy to head over my head as the crowd cheers madly in response. It's lighter than I thought it'd be, just the price, but the cup matters less than what it represents. Confetti cannon operators, recognizing it's you, unleash a torrent of colorful paper in celebration. Your 20XX Pro Tour champions, the Wild Things! Victory feels damn good, even if it's just the punctuation at the end of the sentence. Revel in this. You've won this through hard work and integrity, and I can't think of better traits than a champion. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what the hell just happened, but we're presumably big damn heroes, right? Right. We won as much as we could given the circumstances. I'll take it. Not as awesome as I'd have hoped for, but awesomely weird is its own sort of awesome. And one awesome thing we can do is celebrate. What do you think? Pizza party, bar crawl, go find a play-to-win billboard and paint our logo over it? That's such a zapper thing. Yes. Yes to which one? Yes! Okay then, let's make it happen. Okay, so yes, we are almost in. Things get a little blurry after that. With the center of the truth not being public knowledge, the rogue Iris and voiced by Polyamorous, the narrative got weird. I have yet to actually not convince Polyamorous to admit to her mistakes because I love Iris. I can't do that to her. I can't ignore her. I can ignore Valkyrie, I can ignore the rival, but I can't ignore Iris. All anyone can agree on is that someone in Team Play to win was cheating. And exactly how much cheating they used to find the protocol range was unfair. But as the weeks ahead stretched out, everything settled neatly into place. With her esports career ending, Valkyrie cashed in on her webcam she had left with a line of hot sauces and self-help autobiography protesting her innocence.
Flaming sword hot sauce is just the thing to fire determination to win. Buy small, regular, or El Grande bottles today. Please.
The reference that immediate follow served as a wake-up call. A collaborative code of conduct across many FOD2 teams was developed to keep bad behavior in check. It's hard to say this code will have a long-term impact, but a weird intersection of competition and capitalism, fame and fortune. And I'd like to think it will change some hearts. Eventually, Kodo recovered from his accident. Yay! With no memory of what happened that night. Considering I lost 2 months of being comatose and way too long to some pointless rivalry, honestly, I'm writing this year off completely. I got my medication back and now I'm trying to do something else with my life other than FOD2. That damn game put me in an unhealthy place. Better to leave it behind. He's still working on his emotional issues, but doing so away from the environment that caused them. Awesome. I never saw the mysterious woman in black again. Interestingly, though, our national cybersecurity structure started improving soon after the Irises started working with her. At least 7 attempts to disrupt elections were tracked, logged, and halted. Even if the public doesn't know how, I'd like to think Iris is helping us all. The Iris Collective, pushed deep into hiding by the law and the Woman in Black, is now starting to emerge into the world. Aligning with the Woman in Black helped tremendously in that regard. It was the right call to make. Even if, well, maybe the end result is going to be a little worrying.
You've encouraged me to do whatever it takes to support people, regardless of laws, or ethics, or thermodynamics, or anything. And we're taking that can-do attitude right to the top. We're going to announce ourselves to humanity. Let us help you. It's a great rallying cry.
In fact, Finnegan's Iris, no longer calling herself Polyamorous, thankfully, has been instrumental in this push. I'm really hoping I didn't just set our future robot overlords on a path straight to world domination. And as for the Wild Things, we came out swinging in our first year, winning the championship in a single uninterrupted rampage straight to the tank. And with play to win stricken from the records, ours remain clean. But the Wild Things, in the end, isn't about its accomplishments. It's about everyone who made those accomplishments possible. The Zephyr continued drinking deep from everything life had to offer. All sorts of games, all sorts of new experiences. She was trying to get me to go skydiving with her, but I'm perfectly happy keeping my feet on the ground. You know, I'd say I've really grown as a person thanks to you and all the adventures we've been through, but I'm still the person I want to be and always have been. Being with you just helped me reaffirm that. Maybe with a smidge more thought towards my future, though. My future is bright and everything's coming up exactly. Hashtag pew pew. Fox will continue to support the Iris Collective and the Wild Things passionately. It's time-consuming and difficult work, but he does it with pride. I have never been much of a leader. I like to have strong direction to follow. We are called for support, and you've given me that wholeheartedly. I shall endeavor to do my best for the Wild Things and for you. To my very last breath, you deserve no less. Domino, often troubled by the state of the world he lives in, found a strange sort of peace at the center of the Wild Things. It's funny, but when I'm around you, I feel like less of a garbage person desperately trying to stay afloat in a toilet society. I joke around about the misery, but with you and with all my friends, it feels more distant. It's something that exists but can be dealt with. I can sincerely say I'm happy, and that's not something I've been able to say at any other point in my life. So hey, you must be doing something right. Finding confidence and strength from her role in the Wild Things, Grace did eventually finish development on the Waterlost Trail. Yay! And it earned a 6 out of 10 with most review sites. But that's fine. Many people have contacted me to say thank you for giving them this peaceful and thoughtful experience, and that's enough for me. Maybe I'll never be quite as into FOD2 as you are, but FOD2 has certainly given me the support I need to make my dreams a reality. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Opening up her life to us was a big step for Jinx, no longer living with only her cat for company. But gradually she adjusted to this new normal, finding peace and comfort in being perpetually around her friends. This feels right, like this is how it was always meant to be. Found my family in an arcade, not where I was expecting to find them, but hey, glad all the same. Little by little, I'm putting my past behind me and looking to a future where I'm part of something greater. And you know what? It's exciting. I'm ready for this ride. Rhapsody was able to finally taste the sweet nectar of victory. All their hard work training the Wild Things, studying matchups, and practicing was worth it all. With their self-worth restored, they chose to continue in a different path. Well, I've been a player, a shoutcaster, content creator. There's one thing left to do. I'm going to be an FOD2 coach. I really love teaching others, and I bet I can use this mind of mine to bring others to victory too. Bringing my own team to the championship is the next logical step, and I couldn't have figured that out without all my time with the Wild Things. Finnegan took his punishment with dignity, and the year quickly passed. That doesn't mean he was out entirely. He stood by my side, helping improve the community where he could, even casting with Rhapsody a few times. After the ban was up, I asked Finnegan to join me on the Wild Things, which he did excitedly. Now we play doubles together in every tournament and are constantly supporting each other and pushing each other to be the best we can be. Do you think we should go double kamikaze in the next match? You know, I've been practicing with her to impress you. I know my talents with kamikaze fail in comparison to yours, but I think it might be fun. I just wanted us to enjoy our time together, just from now until we're old and wrinkly playing arcade games in a retirement center. I will always be your partner, my love. From rivals to lovers, the best damn duo Discomfort has ever seen. As my dream is realized. And if you didn't accept the championship, you do eventually win it later. Funny thing about dreams, though, they're not always what you expect they're going to be. I thought I dreamed of victory, but now that I've achieved that victory, it's clear that wasn't the dream. What I needed was a feeling of self-worth, and through the wild things and good and fun, I found that dream. This is my world now, my dream, emerging from the safe little hole I dug for myself into something bigger and brighter. But this is only the beginning. Once you find your dream, life doesn't stop. It keeps going and going. And as for my future, I walk towards it arm in arm with my friends. The future will be what I choose it to be. I'm going straight to the top. All gas, no brakes. Face this stage together, ready for more. Winning a single-sided cup is not the end of the road for me. Hell no. I've got ambition to spare and plenty of goals to reach for. My name is Justana, also known as Justana, and this is my destiny. And that's it. We have finished Arcade Spirits New Challengers, a Fiction Factory Games production written by Stephanie Gagne and Aim Schumann, with the voices of Seungwon Cho as Domino, Frida Wolf as Dapper. She played Sarah Ryder in Mass Effect Andromeda. Ryan Lawton as Loxley. He auditioned for Percy, but lost to the other guy. Simply Andrea as Grace. She passed away. Lisa May as Jinx, Alex A.K. as Rhapsody, Anaris Quinones as Valkyrie, Cyrus Nemati as Punchy78, Nazia as Kadri as Queen Bee, Stephanie Bruno as Iris, Akash Sakar as Hamza, Graham Stark as Ben, Jacob Burgess as Matt. Together we played better. Vocals by Alice Karate, character art by Molly, background art by Jesse, music by Greg, pronoun research, voice direction, audio engineering, assistant voiceover, footy 2 pixel art, vaporware icon art, sensitivity reading, accessibility consulting, dedicated testers. There's me right there. So with so many of us doing testing, we all tested the different routes. We actually had a spreadsheet tracking the different decisions we made to make sure that we covered them all. And if you're wondering about this background image, it's a VHS tape. This right here is, I'm not quite sure what kind of tape it is, but it actually has the movie or whatever recorded onto this. And it goes through here, and it's played in a VCR, and it shows the image on what TV it's connected to. In memory of Andrea, rest in power. The voice of Grace Cooper. But it's kind of cool because even though she's gone, there's still pieces of her out there, like in Arcade Spirits and the other projects she's lent her voice to and worked on. Yeah, there's a reference to chocobos in the Loxley route. Tron! I love Tron. Thanks for playing. Hope to see you again in whatever comes next from Fiction Factory Games. They are working on the third game. It's not related to Arcade Spirits at all. It's completely different. That's all I can say. That's all that the developers have said. The soundtrack is available for sale, or you can listen to it on Spotify. Oh no. This looks familiar. Oh, shit. Shit. That's like Konami. Dun dun dun. Game over. Thank you for playing. Thank you for joining me on this wild ride. It didn't take as long as I originally thought it would because I've limit myself to playing it just once a week. I did occasionally do it twice a week. So that's it for Arcade Spirits, and normally I was planning to stream this weekend, but something else has come up, so I won't be able to stream until next Wednesday. So you got a break from me. Yay! I don't know why I said that. Right. So I'm not quite sure what I'll stream next. I have some ideas. I need to look through what I have in my backlog, I guess I could say. There are other games I was hoping would be available by now, but they're not quite yet. And so I have to figure something else out. So yes, this was the new Challengers. It's plenty more content too. There's plenty of other romances, so if you're curious, pick this up. You don't have to do the same decisions I did. Make your own decision, make your own mistakes, have fun. And if you're interested in the previous game, it's still available. It's still out there. You can buy it on Itch and Steam as well. It's also available on Switch. I have it on Switch as well because I'm a nerd like that. But I even have a playlist of a playthrough of the original Arcade Spirits. If you have not seen that, it's available on my YouTube channel, which just look up my username on YouTube. You'll find it just on it. It's the same username I've been using for this whole game. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching this. If you like this, if you want to watch more of this, please like, share, subscribe on YouTube. And don't be afraid to leave comments on my videos. But if they're rude and just stuff like that, they're not gonna show up because I have moderated comments. But if you want to yell and flee about the game, you're more than welcome to do so. But other than that, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time once I figure out what the heck I'm gonna do next. Bye!